activity, and security tools all in the palm of your hand. Access features like adaptive Wi-Fi, guest and employee networks, evolving AI security, plus so much more. To learn more about WorkPass, visit business.docomopacific.com. Docomo Pacific Business. Work better together.
Everyone has a busy schedule these days, and sometimes we forget to schedule our routine dental checkup and cleaning. Don't neglect your dental health. Schedule one today with Dr. Robert Yang and his Smile team, conveniently located at the East West Business Center on Marine Drive, Upper Tumon. Call us today at 647-8702 or 3. Again, that's 647-8702 or 647-8703. We make smiles happen.
A rule preventing transgender people from changing their birth certificates in Montana is blocked in court.
A Montana judge blocks state health officials from enforcing a new rule preventing transgender people from changing the sex on their birth certificate, finding it violates a temporary injunction made in April on a 2021 state law requiring individuals to have a surgical procedure before making birth certificate changes. The American Civil Liberties Union of Montana asking the judge to step in after Montana's Department of Health and Human Services enacted the updated rule preventing changes to the document regardless of surgery. The judge saying he's offended. The department thinks they can do anything they want.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. State officials say the new rule was created to fill a gap in regulations after the new law was blocked. The prison commissioner in Alabama says the state is not ready to carry out an execution by nitrogen hypoxia, which had been expected to happen next week. But a federal judge had ordered clarification from the state on readiness. And now in a court filing today, the Alabama prison system says the state has completed many of the preparations, but the protocol is not yet complete. Kanye West says he's cutting ties with Gap in social media posts that have since been deleted.
The rapper, designer, and entrepreneur claimed the clothing company leaves him out of meetings and are copying his designs from the Yeezy Gap engineered by Balenciaga collection. Ye wrote, "Gap held a meeting about me without me." He also stated in the same now-deleted post that Gap canceled a photo shoot with his kids. The collaborative collection has been successful, selling out at multiple locations. The collection, displayed in large bags, was inspired by the homeless.
Fox's Michelle Polino, an attorney for West, accuses Gap of noncompliance with the contract. Recapping stocks, the Dow down 173, the S&P and the NASDAQ tumbling more than 1%. And Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they will continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $4,100 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 671-475-4545, Upper Tumon 671-647-5626, or in Dededo 671-633-4473. Shop and Win is back at Micronesia Mall. Beginning August 6th, shop and redeem receipts for a chance to win instant prizes from Burger King or Foot Locker, or receive a grand prize entry form for our first raffle drawing on November 12th for your chance to win a 2022 Toyota Corolla LE courtesy of Atkins Scroll Toyota. Plus, 10 lucky runners-up will receive a $250 gift certificate from Goodwin Travel and Tour for tickets for Philippine Airlines. Shop more, win more! Only at Micronesia Mall. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out the newest hydro and garden center to hit Guam, Crop King Hydro. We have a huge selection of plant nutrients, soils, hydroponic mediums, organic pest control pumps, plant support, tools, and so much more. Call 635-4769. 635-GROW. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6 at the Dededo Satina Mall, right across from Payless and Paradise Fitness. For whatever you grow, think Crop King Hydro. Crop King Hydro.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. It's 6:06 on Friday, September 16. I'm Donna De Jesus with a look at your local news on The Point. After a week-long pause in Nicholas Moore's Agana Heights drive-by shooting trial, defense attorney David Lujan called testimony from witness Eric Salone nothing but BS. Salone pleaded guilty to being with Moore during the shooting in October of 2020. Yesterday afternoon, Lujan asked Salone again about his drug use. The witness previously testified he used pills such as Percocet to self-medicate for pain he's endured throughout the years. Lujan then asked Salone if he had obtained pills from the military. Salone says he only received Motrin. As part of his attempts to impeach Salone, Lujan asked questions about him being a dealer of multiple drugs, despite Salone testifying he had only sold marijuana. Lujan played a video of Salone being interviewed by a federal agent that was recorded last year. The agent said Salone did undercover buys with the authorities. Lujan tried to insist that Salone was being a dealer, but Salone argued that the agent sent him a dealer and added that authorities had watched him turn away people who wanted to buy marijuana from him. Salone agreed to testify against Moore under terms of his plea agreement, which would ensure he serves his sentence under probation terms and not in prison. Meanwhile, a woman has been charged for sneaking drugs into DOC. Court documents state that 45-year-old Joanne Lee Garrido admitted she prepared an item for a specific incoming prisoner but did not know there was meth hidden in it. She says she felt something where the hidden contraband was eventually located. While she knew it was not permitted in the prison, Garrido carried on with the instructions from the prisoner anyway. She says she received the item from a third party and provided the item to a fourth party to deliver to DOC. Director Bob Camacho confirmed the prison is conducting an internal investigation into the incident. He could not comment further on which inmate was the intended recipient of the item, but stressed the seriousness of the offense. Camacho ensures that the perpetrators will be charged to the fullest extent of the law. Garrido was charged with promoting prison contraband as a misdemeanor. We'll have more news after this.
Gas is expensive, so let the bank come to you. Through our remote deposit capture, you can deposit your checks into your account from your phone. And with our Dynamite Bank Pacific Visa debit card, you can use your money anytime, anywhere. It's the perfect combo.
Now we're banking on the future. Services to choose. Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Crank it up.
Guam has received its first shipment of 60 vials of monkeypox vaccines. The island's current supply would be able to distribute doses of vaccines to 150 people. The monkeypox vaccine is given to individuals in 2 separate injections, but given the relatively low supply, not every resident who wants to get vaccinated will be able to, at least for now. Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Robert Leon Guerrero says the vaccine will be given to those with known exposure to someone with monkeypox, which is transmitted mainly through close or intimate contact. Testing through a healthcare provider is currently recommended to those experiencing a rash consistent with monkeypox or for people who think they may have come in contact with a person positive for monkeypox. The first monkeypox case on island was reported on Monday by Public Health. The patient was identified only as an incoming traveler on a domestic flight. The inbound passenger was advised not to travel but did so anyway. Public Health says the imported case of monkeypox does not present a risk to the community. A pimple or blister-like rash is associated with symptoms caused by monkeypox. The rash goes through several stages before scabbing and healing. And GDOE may be looking at shutting down certain schools due to safety issues. At a Rotary Club meeting at the Hyatt yesterday, acting GDOE Superintendent Francis Santos mentioned the possibility of closure when discussing capital improvement needs and initiatives. He says there are roofing issues in every single school. A structural issue at the GW High School gym forced them to shut it down. Santos says they are looking at 2 additional schools that are having some serious structural issues and are likely to shut them down. He could not elaborate more on the possibility of shutting down schools, but says the matter is under review and discussion. GDOE has estimated about $100 million in capital improvement projects are needed for the district, plus significant federal assistance in the form of a nearly $240 million grant from ARP funding. Santos says GDOE will address canopies, walkways, and restrooms at all schools. A major project ahead for the Education Department is the construction of a new Simon Sanchez High School. GDOE will be drawing from expertise at GPA and GWA to assist with the procurement of the major project. And those are your top stories right here on The Point. Now here's Ray with your weather.
Just mow them all down. Just bulldoze everything and start all over again. And
that would be nice.
I keep thinking about that. I was actually behind GW not that long ago. I was finishing up a hike that took us to behind George Washington High School. And it was just kind of amazing how the backside, nobody ever sees this because you're not supposed to be back there, but I mean the backside of George Washington, it kind of looks like it was, they dumped a lot of stuff there and like they were going to come back and fix it later, and they just never did. It's like, we'll get around to doing that in 1999.
We have a vision for that area, Ray.
Thank you very much. It is a vision.
We're having a meeting soon.
Thank you very much for all of that. Okay, what do we got here? 6:12 in the morning. All right, here comes the weather for Friday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, it says. Mostly cloudy. Daytime highs near 84 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 8 miles an hour, becoming calm this afternoon. Let me see what the weather gizmo looks like here so we can see what the neighborhood looks like. Yeah, we're going to be on and off. I think it's going to be another one of those days where it's going to rain like hell, and then it'll be just muggy for a while and then rain like hell again. That's what we can look forward to. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight lows of about 75 degrees. Light and variable winds becoming north 5 to 10 miles an hour after midnight. Maybe this will start moving off tomorrow. It says mostly cloudy skies with highs near 85 degrees. Doesn't say anything about thunderstorms. Oh, wait. Tomorrow night it says thunderstorms. So I'm sorry. It's crazy weather, guys. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for tomorrow night. Mostly cloudy and overnight lows of about 76 degrees. Mostly cloudy on Sunday. Daytime highs near 85 degrees. There's a heat index today is going to feel like 92 degrees. If you're looking for a sunset tonight, 6:22. Sunrise about 3 minutes ago at 10 after 6. That is it. News and weather together. Brought to you by Bank Pacific. Banking on the Pacific for 68 years.
Half a day. This is Claire Manglona from Security Title. A power of attorney can be a useful tool in a real estate transaction, but if abused, it can result in devastating loss. Choosing your representative should be done with the utmost care and should be very specific about the powers being granted. To mitigate loss, the team at Security Title confirms with the owner prior to using a power of attorney to sell the property. Each transaction is unique. Let the professionals at Security Title use our experience to facilitate a secure closing. We are here to help.
Family is the bedrock of society. The Camacho Ada gubernatorial team believes that strong and stable families are crucial for strong and stable communities. Felix and Tony will provide better government resources for effective parenting, family engagement, and family caregiving for our seniors. They know what the breakdown of the family unit has done to our community and will promote measures designed to maintain and strengthen the family as the fundamental unit of society.
I'm Felix Camacho, and I approve this message.
Hey, portions of the program brought to you by APL American President Lines, a global presence with a local home. Was there more?
The Ray Gibson Show. Morning talk that matters. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
I think I got this 6:15 in the morning, the Ray Gibson Show on 93.3 The Point. My name is Ray. Thrilled as usual to be here with you this morning. Although I have to admit this again, the fever and the chills came back. I had a great day yesterday. I did the 2 hours on the radio, and then I went and I helped out the criminal justice system. Holy crap, it was a long day over at jury duty. They actually had us break for lunch. I mean, we had so many cases that we had to work on. It's like, okay, you guys can come back later, okay? What?
Just
there's Carabao's over right there. I could go over to Carabao but it's finished everything up, and I thought, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm over it. Didn't need to take any Tylenols in the afternoon, and woke up this morning feeling like crud. So this is probably going to be another one of those days where I try to jam it at 9 o'clock this morning. Just FYI, programming note, might not be able to make it all the way till 10 o'clock. But that's okay. You know why? Because it just means on Monday next week, do you realize how much extra small talk portion of the program that we can load into the Monday show?
True.
We just got all the stuff that we're not going to be able to get to today. We'll front load it into Monday, and it'll be crazy. Although I will say that I just had a memory here. I just had a memory It is special events for today. It's Collect Rocks Day. Did you ever?
I did, Ray.
Like in my head, I collect rocks.
I did.
Did you when you were a kid? Places that you could go and little, like little rock collections that you could get into. Did you have a favorite?
I had a teacher.
I had a teacher.
Yeah. It reminded me of her.
Oh, that's nice. So when Shelly and I were little kids, and I can't remember who bought it for us, but we had somewhere in the house we inherited a rock tumbler.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they smooth out the rocks. Like the river.
Allegedly, they smooth out the rocks. And I remember it was one of those things. This rock tumbler is not for people like you and I that need gratification like now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put rocks in the rock tumbler and read the instructions and turn the thing on. Okay, well, when can we open this? And in 3 months, you can open the rock tumbler and see
jewels.
Yes, you'll have diamonds and pearls as a result. Just rocks that you got from the driveway all of a sudden in the rock tumbler, and you make all kinds of and it didn't work out. I remember finally looking at the thing a couple of months into the rock tumbling, and it wasn't long before that thing found its way into the trash can.
Kings, right?
Yeah. But so here we are. Fast forward to 2022, and there is rock collecting going on here. Have you been with Ruckus to that place over in Tumon Sands Plaza?
I have not.
You have not been there yet. Oh my God!
What's happening?
You can smell the incense from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over by Join Us. You can. There's incense here. There's spiritualness going, and there's wellness.
I get it.
Yeah, upstairs is a
Sage.
place. Yeah, sage. I don't know, but they've got all these different rocks. I'm going to look at Donna here because I'm wondering if Donna, because you never know with her. Are you one of those people that goes there and gets the rock that's supposed to make you feel better, or a rock that's supposed to like center your spirit and your soul?
Are you talking about the crystals?
Yeah, like that.
I used to.
No, they're rocks. They're rocks.
Okay, fine. I used to make these rock earrings with the crystal quartz to,
Ow.
to repel negative energy or whatever it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Then I lost one.
Okay.
So I was like, screw it.
We'll find another application. Find another hobby to do. Collect Rocks Day, and if you can't figure out how to collect them, by all means, go to that place in the Tumon Sands and buy them. Anyway, 6:19 in the morning. Lots to get to. There's all kinds of news and stuff that we're going to be chasing around here this morning, if for no other reason because it is Friday. You know the rules on Friday. No frowny face.
Yeah, don't get arrested.
It doesn't. Well, you can. Some people like it. Some people have got a thing. Look, obviously, I'm looking over at some of the magistrate reports and some of the people that just can't seem to keep their ass out of jail. There must be something to it because they keep going back in. And the dumbest magistrate report that has nothing to do with Kenley and Guerrero is this woman that was trying to help out somebody by carrying some stuff into the prison, and it's either the worst written magistrate report or the people that are associated with this Joanne Lee Garrido is just dumb as a bag of rocks. Ooh, let's collect them. On or about September 14, 10:30, Officer Calvo met with Joanne Lee Garrido regarding a Department of Corrections contraband case. On September 7th, a GPD became aware of an item brought into DOC which had hidden within it suspected methamphetamine.
What's the item?
I don't know. There's a whole lot of, there's a bag of question marks over all this. Defendant reported that she had prepared the item for a specific prisoner's incoming. The defendant reported that she did not know what the item had hidden within. Defendant reported that the situation was a strange incident. Defendant reported that she felt something in the area where the hidden contraband was eventually located. Does anybody want to venture a guess as to where that area is where the contraband was eventually located? Are we thinking body parts here?
Probably.
What was the item, though? They said an item. She prepared an item, but what was the item?
Maybe it was
crystals.
A cupcake.
It was a bag
Was
of
it?
crystals. Defendant reported that she knew the item was not permitted in the prison, but carried on with the instructions from the prisoner. Defendant reported that she received the item from a third party and provided the item to a fourth party for delivery to the Department of Corrections. Another example, guys, of chicks getting in trouble. Well, you know what? There
For
used
their
to be.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's man. Come on.
Well, just maybe
collecting rocks is not a crime, right?
Well, doesn't say that they were doing this for the incoming
Smoking rocks
prisoner.
is.
Might have been a woman, another lady defendant over at the prison.
I'm just interested now.
Kind of reminds me of that lady. You remember a couple of years ago she reported to prison, and they did the intake, and she'd actually brought her methamphetamine with her to prison. Like, hey, I might need this on the inside. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that? Yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, 622, lots and lots on a table of contents. 888-825-5888-TAOK is the telephone number at this particular radio station. Real Joe gets the phone when you call. You got something interesting that you want to carry on about, by all means. 797-8255, and already a number of things that I need to pass along to you. I got this from the B-Man, Dennis Larson. A free kitty needs a forever home. Oh, hey, everybody, it's a free kitty. It's free. You don't have to pay for it or anything. It's you don't.
Wait.
Wow, because cats are so expensive.
Is it a male or female?
I don't know. It says it needs a forever home. Stand by. A 3 to 4 month old male kitten. Who just recovered from a dog attack. I'm very friendly and affectionate.
He's all black. Those are the nicest ones.
Fee for neutering will be covered. Call Debbie, 671-788-9300. Again, 671-788-9300 for a free kitten. Why pay? Why pay for a kitten when you can get one for absolutely free?
You know, and I know there's a cost, man.
It's a little boy. The cost, near as I can tell, you know, having a cat at my house, the cost is in eventually having to buy all new furniture at the house. You know, I'm not one of those guys. And some people have said, well, just declaw the cat. And I'm like, God, no,
don't do that.
No, it's like cutting off the fingertips on it. But would never ever do something like that. And you know, when people were trying to convince me to get Bullseye was the name of the cat at the time. When people were trying to convince me to get to that to the cat, and I said, well, you know, I like my furniture, and they're like, you can buy new furniture. You know, I mean, there's Designer by Kathy and Designers Direct and all these places. You can buy new furniture.
Yeah.
But how are you going to replace the love that you would have gotten from this beautiful Boonie cat? And you can experience free Boonie cat love now. Again, you got the telephone. You got the telephone number. We'll share that with you. And there's something else that is also on the meme machine. I got this from Pete Santos.
Oh no!
Was it too
Are
early
you
to say
sure,
his name?
man?
Is
That's
that too early to say his name?
Attorney-client privilege, Ray.
Right. So it's a collage.
I love
it. It's a collage, if you will. You know, it's, apparently that particular attorney is big into collages. Maybe if Peter Santos decoupage, we'll do something later on. We'll put some, you know, we'll take these pictures and we'll lay down some glue and we'll put it on a cigar box and it'll be beautiful. Put little crushed roses on the inside of it. Anyway, so it's a picture of a bunch of people in the community leaving Camacho. It says doesn't like to fight. Ron McNinch's picture, and under that it says doesn't know how to fight. And the picture of Doug Moylan says just likes to fight with people.
Ooh, burn.
And then where Peter's picture is, it says proven fighter for the people.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
All right. So, and I got this yesterday, and I sent it back to Peter, and I said, Peter, I'm a little bit upset. I want to be. I want to be in this collage.
Where's my face?
I want to be in the collage. Come on, can I please? I want to. I don't know how you'd phrase it. Yeah, I don't know how you'd phrase it, but I want to be the guy that starts fights between guys and then runs away.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. I don't know how you describe something like that. I don't know what the verbiage would be, but that's what I'm gonna be kind of going for on a Friday morning. 626 797. If you've got some images, burning a hole in your meme machine, send it over to mine, 797-8255, 797-TALK. Donna D is going to take care of news and headlines all morning long. In the meantime, we got to take care of these rock collectors here.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know people are all
best saying.
Wanna go where everybody knows your name.
All right. Thank you very much, Rock Collectors. 6:26 in the morning, and our first Rock Collector is Jay Rojas. Hey.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Right on. He comes in at number 1 here this morning, followed by the incredible Henry Manglonia, sending shouts to everybody in the Point family. Pretty Sarita Garin is there. John Ray Titan Oahu. Joe Cruz says, we are live. It's Friday. Let's get freaky. Send pictures. 797-8255. Office Outrageous is online. Biba. I got Nate Horn, Rico Blankenfloor, Big Man, Magandan, Umaga Point, Familia Kumastana. I got the Felix Bumba saying good morning. JB St. Nicholas online. Happy birthday, Donna D, says Jay Rojas. John Ray Titano says Biba Betness. Better believe that. Post Canteen, maybe the most important thing that you are going to hear uttered from my mouth here this morning. The Queen of Hearts drawing will be at 7 o'clock tonight over at the VFW in Jigo Town. The jackpot tonight starts at $1,690. Almost $2,000, ladies and gentlemen. It might actually be close to that, depending on these guys have got an incredible streak going over at the VFW. Not like streak running around naked, but just like a streak of just escalation in the numbers here. So it's possible we got $1,690 to start, but by the time people start showing up for happy hour and when the band's going to be playing, and by the time we do the drawing, it's possible that jackpot could be so much higher. Do me a favor, Post Canteen. How many more cards are left on the wall? I know that this is kind of a new one, but please advise. Finally, it's Friday, says Sarita. Millie Lujan Afais. Hey, Lana. Millie Lujan Afaisen and Vince Bora saying good morning. Wait. Millie Lujan Afaisen is on. Baby, are you here? Are you on Guam?
Did you come back?
I feel, oh my God, I felt almost like a doctor had given me an antibiotic or a shot in my dog, and all of a sudden I saw that name. Couldn't love her more,
back.
right?
Yeah.
But
all those emotions, all those feelings.
Says Millie Lohanfaisen and Vince Borja, good morning. Does that mean that we're going to have a fundraiser? The fundraiser with Vince? And all of the hot chicks, because like Vince got super hot wife, right? And his super hot wife has super hot friends. And I'm just saying, if you want eye candy fundraiser, that's the one that you should. And you should also vote for him if you get a chance. He's running as a Republican. Go ahead and put him down there. Colin Clark saying good morning. Vince P. Delgado saying good morning to everybody. Ismael Velez, time to make the donuts.
Oh, morning, Chief.
Joel Cruz says I showered for this. That's what I love about Fridays. You take a shower every Friday, whether he needs one or not. Living in the Pacific says, is up so early today. Good morning to you, Jerome McDonald online from the U.S. mainland. Nice to see Joe Cruz says, drink your Ensure and let's rock the world. Carl Meyer is watching the program in Sacramento, California.
Sacktown.
Sacktown. His claim to fame in Sacramento is...
The Kings.
What?
Sacramento Kings.
Is it like a volleyball team?
Some kind of, yeah.
What is that? Is it an athletic team? Hey, we got NFL. I'll tell you more about that later on. Henry Manglonia watching. Tim Zedeker, happy No Frowny Face Friday. Have a great day. Biba Bunker, Frank Meno online. Sarita Garin says, get well, Ray Gibson. I'm trying. It's not like I want to be sick. I don't know what's going on. And it's so nice because there's all these people that are doing the internet searches. I try not to do internet searches when I'm sick because sometimes the results scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sandra goes, recurrent fever, what it is, symptoms, causes, and treatments. And it's okay. Is recurring fever normal? And it says a persistent or recurrent fever may last or keep coming back for up to 14 days. A fever that lasts longer than normal may be serious, even if it's only a slight fever. This is because a recurrent fever might be a sign of a more serious infection or health condition.
Oh, wow, Ray, you got 3 days.
Yeah. Okay, so my response to that was, I just hope it has an interesting name. Or if it doesn't already have an interesting name, can we name it after me? That's what I want. I've always wanted to have.
Special.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just some kind of we'd never seen it before, never seen it since. Just some random radio guy on Guam that got it, and he's like the only one. A weird kind of, just not monkeypox, just monkey disease. Right? There you go. Brad Wood's online saying happy days. Absolutely. Let me see here. Manny and Ning Rages online. Charles Cross is almost $2,000. Biba. Hey, listen, I round up. I'm like that. Tony Uggan, hi, everything. How are you to find out? We're well. Sarita Garin, can I smell your fafat? Okay, so in the Philippines.
That escalated.
I know it did. Wait a second. No, she's replying to you.
Oh, wow.
Because you said you showered. Now she wants to killy check.
Wow.
There's I don't know the name of the radio station. You can find them on Instagram, and they do a show called Boys Night Out. And the idea behind the show, Boys Night Out, obviously, is you get a bunch of guys in the studio and they're playing records and they're talking about video games and wrestling and all kinds of other stuff.
It's Magic 89.9.
Is it okay? So you know what I'm talking about, right? So they bring
it's mega
magic all day, all night, and the Boys Night Out. We're gonna killy check for you now at this time, and so they bring in all these women. I don't know if they're celebrities or just women they picked up off the street saying, "Come on into the studio." And they'll put their arms up, and everybody gets to killy smell it, and I'm going, you know what? I'm trying to figure how is it possible that did not, as many great Filipino traditions and recipes and honored tried and true things that come out of the Philippines. How did that not take root here on Guam? I think Guam would be, because every once in a while you get the feeling like everybody's angry with everything, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of grumbling about something.
That's the magic of the Philippines, right?
Yeah, but let's bring that magic of the Philippines to Guam. Let's do killy checks here on Guam. I think maybe the next time we're over at the legislature, and they're going to be in session next week. Yeah. So before everything gets started, excuse me, Joanne Brown. Joanne.
Yeah.
Killy check. Arm
you get
up.
the left, I'll get the right, Ray.
Absolutely. Tell it to Tello. Let's killy check Tello over there.
Linguini there.
Over the thing. Oh, I know you want to killy Therese.
Yes, man.
You want to killy check the speaker at the legislature. Oh my God, we're going to get in trouble here this morning. Tony Uggan online. Rudy Rodolfo, the original Burger King, saying good morning, Ray, Donna, Joe, and Jerry. Happy Friday. No, happy Friday to you, buddy. And I don't have it in front of me. Because I'm lazy, but I just wanted to say that I spent a lot of time yesterday with the whole thing from Pika's Best. It is astonishing the number of categories that Burger King is a finalist in the Pika's Best thing. So you got a lot of opportunities to vote for them starting on the 4th of October. In the meantime, BK's new Royal Crispy Chicken is here. Classic, spicy bacon and Swiss barbecue bacon and cheese. Find that today over at the drive-thru at BK. Good to have you online with us this morning. I see Charles Craw. Ensure your drink, your Ensure or Boost. Frank Meno and Dale Audette is there. Lucia Fleming Wood saying, morning, y'all. 6:34 on the Ray Gibson Show. Are there others? There's always others. Let me just see if I can pull up some other names here that I might have missed, including Mike Grace Bloss, Tommy Bernardo, Ray McGravy. Who else is there? Greg Fausto, Dan Rosal, and Anna Marie. Greg Baz Knight online saying good morning to everybody. I see Jerome McDonald. I mentioned him already. Jose Tet Pahago, Marla Carbolito, and Jennifer Leon Guerrero Mendiola. Buenas and half a day to Francis Salas. Keena McCausland from the upper left-hand corner of the United States of America. Sean May, happy birthday, my brother Jerry Billibay from your family out here in Southern California. Way to go. Love doing long-distance birthdays. Hey, Sean, refrigerator magnet. Yeah. I'm just saying, what, do you got any cool stuff in Southern California?
They got the PIFA going on, I think.
Anything from OB. I don't have any refrigerator magnets from Ocean. Yeah, OB, Ocean Beach. You ever been there? Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
This is one of those kind of places where you can go and teabag the guys that are sleeping on the curb. I totally have a picture of me doing that. Because they're all passed out from doing drugs and fentanyl and stuff.
That's what happens.
You got your camera and you do a selfie while you're teabagging the guy while he's passed out. Not that anybody's ever done that to me. What's that, Cousin Fred? Remember on the 8th of November, Joe Dizon is there. Oh, no, number 8. Cousin Freddie's being clever, reminding me that he's running for senator.
Freddie,
Freddie, I love you. Pledge to support you because Auntie Annie told me to. Remember, the 8th of November, he is number 8. Joe Dizon is there. I got Heather Perez online, Ismail. So Monday will be a 5-hour show to make up for the slacking. No, I just said I was going to pack a whole lot in the last hour of the program. Now, this is not like sleep. This is not like sleep. There's no bank of the Ray Gibson Show. You get what you get. I get what I get. Sean May says 14 karat gold. Patty Santiago. Ed Wendicho Bandits online. Tony Huggins says I had a pet rock. It drowned. Joe and Titano, good morning. Praying you feel better soon, Ray. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm. It's not.
Yeah, prayers,
I don't
Ray.
think I'm going to die. I don't think I'm going to die. But if I do, wait, I should do my will. I should do my will on the radio. But here's quick and dirty. I don't actually have anything of value.
I don't want the shoes, okay, Ray?
What?
I don't want the shoes,
They got nice shoes, and they're kind of narrow. So I got a little thing that makes them wider. Tony and Annette Unpinko. Ada is there. Let me see. Mike Grace Blas, Tony Uggan, Jose Tetpago, Colin Clark, cute kitty cat, says Sarita. Come on, that's what young Chancey needs. He needs a black boy cat running around in the house. MT Farron is online. So is Rob Salazar. Designer by Kathy. Ken Augustin, Donna D is checking in, making sure that, that's always nice when she's doing that. Ray the Instigator Gibson says, Ismail Velez. Yes, thank you very much. A reputation I started working on when I was in high school. Vince Mesa is there. Marla Carbolito, Ponch San Jose Nuke. I got Jeff Pleadwell. Floating rocks make the best pet rocks. Melissa Salas Akimoto is on. Hey, Melissa, can you tell your husband to check his WhatsApp, please? It's one of those things with Vince. I got a love thing with him because we're Duenas guys, right? So he's allowed to send me crap at all hours of the day and night. But when I'm like, you know what? I think maybe I need to go and see the doctor and maybe find out what really is going on with me. And I'll send him stuff at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And I'm stuck on red, bro.
Oh man!
Yeah, I think it's
the eggplant.
I think it's great. It's great. I don't think it's come in. There are 49 cards on the Queen of Hearts board. So I don't know if the odds are going to be in your favor to win almost $2,000, but we'll see what happens. Kina, John, Harold, Minglonia is there. Steve and Liz Amagwin, half a day from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Make a difference. Register and vote. Michelle Peer, the art correspondent of the Ray Gibson Show. Checking us out. Brian Paris says, you look fine, Ray.
Wow, it's hitting on you, man.
Hey. What are you doing later? Can you take me to the Hakimoto's office? Johnny Atulai Titano is online. Bob and Connie Bartonico. Michelle Conception saying good morning. Hey there, Cheryl Testa saying go to the doctor and get blood work done already. We need you healthy. I need me healthy too. Let me see, Mark. You know what? Can I just say why I need to be healthy? Because I promised my little girl we were going to try to get together and do some stacks.
There you go.
Yeah. I hate to disappoint her. Vince Paris says, I have Alzheimer's, but I can't remember. Yeah, it's like that, bro. So what are we going to talk about today? 6:40 in the morning in the Ray Gibson Show. I tell you what, here's the deal. We'll go in the news and headlines and anything that I haven't already thought of in my brilliant Ray Gibson broadcasting head, Donna's going to take care of, and we'll get a start. We'll use that as the primer to bounce the rest of the show across for the rest of the morning, however long it lasts. Donna, it's time for the news. What happened?
He got away with it once, so he thought he'd go back and do it again. Sean Michael Santos was caught on Wednesday when police were called to a home improvement store in Tamuning to remove him. Court documents state that Santos was recognized as the man who stole about $2,000 worth of merchandise on Saturday. Santos was seen taking items off the shelf and walking out with them. He was searched and police found a glass pipe in his bag which tested positive for meth. Santos was charged with 2 counts of theft and possession of a Schedule II. Meanwhile, the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration has approved $1.3 million in PUA overpayment waivers. In total, about $9.8 million in overpayment waivers have been approved since the U.S. Department of Labor eased the guidelines for waivers. The Guam Labor Department has also successfully processed checks for PUA recipients who have already made payments on their outstanding balances and are continuing to review applications. For more information, call 735-0510 or email pua.waivers@dol.guam.gov. And Guam could get up to 5 inches of rain through tomorrow as tropical storm Nambo lingers northwest of the northern islands. Meteorologist Landon Idlet says heavy showers could cause flooding, although conditions should improve by Sunday. The offices of Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense remind the community to avoid hazardous surf, especially west and north-facing reefs and beaches. A high surf advisory is in effect for Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And those are your local headlines on The Point. Now back to Ray.
Wait a second. Flooding?
Flooding.
Send the governor right away. Oh, wait. Did you?
I saw that picture, man.
Wait a second. Hold on. I got to. It's one of those things. I'm looking at it going, really? Okay. This is reaching for stuff to send into the media machine, the open maw of the useless media machine that we've got here on Guam. So the folks over at the governor's office yesterday decided in order to get the attention off Kenley and Guerrero getting arrested over at the Hyatt, what they would do is send out a story that basically said that the governor was personally looking into what was going on with all of the flooding down south. Governor Leon Guerrero conducts site visit to address flooding in Agate. Okay, newsflash. Governor's office, newsflash. Every year at this time, it is not just this year because it's an election year. It's not any heavier than it has. It always happens like this down south. There's always flooding. Have you ever heard of Polaris Point? Maybe that ought to be the deal today. I heard the guy on the radio talking about Polaris Point. Maybe we need to do an ocular visit on that. We'll need to go and
should have had her on a jet ski.
We need to eyeball. We need to eyeball that. Who's the mayor down there? Four more, whatever. Following heavy rains and isolated flash flooding, Governor Leon Guerrero visited affected southern families on Thursday to address the situation and discuss long-term solutions in the RR and Cruz and Finili areas of Hagat. Now, this is a reminder of not just the devastation caused by heavy rain, but the long-term needs of communities periodically impacted by natural disasters that happen every year about this time. Did somebody just notice? Did somebody from Agate just, Tony Babauta?
Yeah.
Lou, you know what you need to do?
Eyebrow.
We need to get you in some work pants and get you down to Agate so that you can personally oversee the reduction of all of the flooding and the road work. Blah 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 blah.
Fresh
blah, blah.
eyes is what we need. Yeah.
And these
Fresh
response efforts are ongoing as we continue to work closely with our federal and local powers to respond as quickly and effectively as possible for as long as necessary until these communities are built back stronger than before. Governor added, we thank Mayor Kevin Siswico and our dedicated DPW crews for their historic action on this issue. I'm not making this up. They actually wrote it that way. It's like, hey, what did we do today? Your job. Send out a press release. Absolutely. 6:44 on the Ray Gibson Show. More of that kind of nonsense is on the way. So stick around, Brown. In the meantime, I'll be right back.
Guam Regional Medical City. We bring the healthcare advances of the world directly to you. We are an acute care hospital that complements your needs with our robust outpatient specialty clinics. From preventative care to critical care, we strive for consistent excellence at GRMC. Our core philosophy is where patients are partners, which means we work as a team to make a healthier version of you. For more information, visit us at grmc.gu or to make an appointment, call 671-633-GRMC.
Take your business to new heights with the United Business Credit Card. Earn 30,000 bonus miles after spending $3,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. Plus, earn 3 times the miles per $1 spent on United tickets through United until April 30th, 2023, and 2 times the miles thereafter. Visit any First Hawaiian Bank branch or go to fhb.com United Business for more information and to apply for your United Business Credit Card today. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Is it traffic already? Let me see. 6:45, Ray Gibson Show. Press on that button here. And then we can look and see what's happening with early morning traffic. Friday morning traffic, as a matter of fact, is there going to be some? Let me just click on the reload button so I can get a fresh update. on what is happening on Guam's roadways. Don't see a whole lot that's going to slow you down at this time. A little bit of traffic up in Anderson Air Force Base. A little bit of village traffic up in Jigo. Southbound Marine Corps Drive. Pretty good right now until you get to intersection of 1 and 3. Running fairly slow through there right now, just on the Marine Corps Drive side. When you get to 16, things should open up a little bit more. Holy wow, look at Adakau. Nothing good happening out there. We got the big four-way intersection on Route 15. People are avoiding that, and everybody is heading to Marine Corps Drive using Machate, and I don't know. I don't think that's working out for anybody. But, somebody's married to the idea, so I think we're stuck with this for, the long haul. A little bit of traffic, 10 and 15 out over there. Otherwise, Route 8 is looking fairly clear, getting into the downtown Agutnia area. The other major road, Route 4, also looking pretty good here right now. Southbound Marine Corps Drive, a little bit of traffic over by Polaris Point, and a little bit of traffic getting off of Route 2 onto Marine Corps Drive, meeting up with traffic over at Big Navy. It's 6:47. Right now, traffic here in The Point.
GovGuam employees and retirees choose Take Care. Choose network providers including GRMC, GMH, STA, GRC, AMC, and exclusive access to FHP. Choose lower copays at in-network providers. Choose fitness partners including PFC. Choose a payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. Open enrollment is September 13th to the 26th. For more information, go to takecareasia.com or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. Get 100 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome perks like discounts on Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Good call, man. Ray Gibson Show brought to you by the guys over at NissanGuam.com and the World Wide Web. Have you looked at a Nissan lately? Yeah, you did. I know why. Because it was a hot chick driving one, right? And you're like, hey, don't get your window tinted. And then you saw her pick her nose, and you're like, hey, get your windows tinted. But anyway, no, they got a lot of great rides that you're going to absolutely fall in love with, including the Sentra and the Rogue. You want something fun to drive around in? Try the Nissan Kicks best-in-class fuel economy, up to 33 miles to the gallon combined. In fact, you know what you can do with this? You buy the Kick, and you can get that with APR as low as 2.99% or up to $1,000 in free gas. Look, terms and conditions apply. Find out what they are at NissanGuam.com.
The Ray Gibson Show. Any speaker, anytime. Morning talk that matters.
It's already 10 away from 7 o'clock in the morning. We're just getting started around here, huh? Whatever you're talking about stuff, 888-825-888-TALK. Today is, it's Friday on Guam. Duh. You need the guy on the radio to tell you what the day of the week is. But the reason why I'm curious about where I'm looking for something here today. What day is it? It's the 16th. All right, that's not the story that I'm looking at. Hold on. There it is. I wanted to see what we've got here for week number 2 of the National Football League. I didn't bother to give anybody any of the final numbers for last week. I mean, I figure, look, you're a big football fan. You can find that kind of thing yourself. But if you're looking forward to watching some football today, if you're thinking about playing hooky from work at, 10 o'clock this morning or something like that? Yeah, 10:15 this morning. It's going to be the Chargers versus the Chiefs. And there's all kinds of places that you can watch that. Mike, Post Canteen, what time will the VFW open for people that might want to go watch that football game up at the VFW? If you're at American Legion, likewise, let me know what the numbers are. Likewise, if you're sidelines or someplace like that. A lot of big screen TVs for the Chargers-Chiefs game. Coming up next week, we've got the Patriots and the Steelers going to be playing, Panthers and the Giants, the Jets and the Browns, Colts and the Jaguars, the Dolphins and the Ravens are going to be playing on our Monday. Buccaneers and the Saints. Likewise, Commanders and the Lions. Now, Real Joe, who are the Commanders? Is that what they finally decided to name the Washington
Chiefs?
They used to be the Redskins.
Oh, the Redskins.
Yeah, but
All
you know,
right, man, that's racist.
Redskins.
I don't know, man. I don't follow anymore because I'm afraid to see someone kneeling.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, just easily triggered here,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Right.
gonna
Right.
get me.
So I watched a little bit of the football game the other night over at Sidelines, and I didn't see anything that was going to trigger me. Although I'm still not not a big fan of Nike stuff because they got the sweatshops with the Uyghurs and all of that stuff. Buccaneers and the Saints, Commanders and the Lions. I got the Seahawks and the Niners, Falcons and the Rams are playing on Monday. Cardinals and the Raiders, Texans and the Broncos Monday. Bengals and the Cowboys, the Bears and the Packers, Titans and the Bills and the Vikings and the Eagles are going to be playing some of that stuff as well. I think the Vikings and the Eagle is the Monday night game, which we are going to get on Tuesday. Anyway, 6:52 and change. Ray Gibson Show until it's not going to be anymore. Going to make an early departure likely here today based on the fact that I have got these recurrent fevers and chills and aches that I just cannot get rid of. I think I'm just going to embrace it. I think I'm going to just embrace it. I told you about this Robitussin that I'm taking.
Oh, the Tussin.
Dude, I may never fly again without it. I might, because you take it. I mean, you pour the thing in like a little bit more than a capful, and you do a shot of that stuff, and it's tasty, right? It's tasty, and then before you know it, you're like, wow. Hey, I can see colors.
I feel an intervention coming on, Ray.
I know. Well, anytime for an intervention. All right, 888-825-5888-TALK. All right, more on that stuff. Again, 797-8255. Got this coming in from bro in Japan watching the exchange rate there. Today's rate against the yen, 141 yen. 141.1 yen to the U.S. dollar. All right. Going to be really, really good for me whenever I get around to going to Japan. On the other hand, the problem is that my guess is that everything all the prices have slid up to meet the new requirements here because there's so much money floating around.
Ray? Like the beer got smaller?
6:53 in the morning. Darn, I'll just have to drink more of it. Anyway, so I saw this story. And it's something that we've been paying attention to. And I say we, I mean, me and you, because it involves a point familia. Ken Leon Guerrero, point familia. He's running for senator on the Republican side. And activist. Do we want to call him an activist, community activist, curmudgeon, if you will? And I saw this story at KUAM, and I don't know why, but the headline just pissed me off.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong language, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's the headline. Okay, here's the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it is whoever wrote it didn't leave their name. Just says by KUAM News.
Oh,
Who wrote this story?
Not surprised.
Senatorial candidate arrested after barging into GMH meeting. Excuse me, KUM. Why weren't you arrested at the same time? Why weren't you barging in on that meeting? Number one, you didn't know about it. Number two, maybe it's one of those things. It's easier to look the other way and wait until we've got more deliverables coming out of these quote workshops that they're having over at the place. Senatorial candidate arrested after barging into a GMH meeting. This is the be all end all, guys. Is they're sitting around working with an off-island consultant, and for better or for worse, I don't necessarily have a problem if we're talking about bringing in some serious, hospital management expertise to help do right by Guam Memorial Hospital. And if we are eventually going to build up a new hospital, frankly, I'd like to see somebody that will come in, help us design it, and then run it afterwards, because we've done a lousy job running GMH in all of the years that I have been alive. But the story goes on. Man who is vying for a seat in the 37th Guam legislature was arrested earlier today for refusing to leave a closed Guam Memorial Hospital meeting on Wednesday. 67-year-old Ken Vicente McCarty Leon Guerrero, a.k.a. Ken LG, was arrested for criminal trespass after barging into a meeting being conducted by GMH staff at the Hyatt Regency Guam. But do we not have a meeting facility over at GMH? Did we not? Maybe the governor's conference room. Was it full? Were we doing something in it? Was that where they're doing all of the all-in envelope stuffing? You couldn't use that? According to a release from Guam Police Department, GMH staff requested Leon Guerrero leave the closed meeting, but he refused. Hired security attempted to escort him off the property and eventually had to call the police. He was asked numerous times to leave, but he refused to comply. He was booked and released for barging into a GMH meeting, and here we are days after all of this stuff, and the idea here is that still Ken Leon Guerrero getting arrested is the story. But nobody is looking at the other side of the story. When did the procurement go out for HDR to come and work for Guam Memorial Hospital? I want to say, because I looked it up, that bit of procurement, that RFP was posted back in, I think this is March, December. When did we do this? I can't make this out. The writing is too small. But there is a request for proposal, blah, 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 for somebody to come in and take care of some management and consulting for Guam Memorial Hospital. Other question is, now, was this sole source? Did we sole source this? Were there other competitive bids that came in? I'd kind of like to know who decided that this was the company that we were going to be going with. What kind of a deal did we get out of this? But no. We want to concentrate on Ken Leon Guerrero getting arrested for barging into a meeting. You know what we need to have here is a News Director 101 course. Can we do that? Maybe a GCC or the University of Guam or something like that, and get a whole bunch of people in the media business now, and teach you guys a little bit more about how to do your job. I don't know who taught you all of this stuff, but you know what? You are standing on the shoulders of greats that came before you, and you're ruining it. I'll teach you how to look for stories. And naturally, it's KUAM, so we've got a bunch of comments here, including this one from Kishore, who says, I'm making $89 an hour working from home. I was greatly surprised at the same time as my neighbor advised me. She changed into averaging 95, however. See the way it works now? Simply give it a shot in the accompanying site, and maybe a little click there. Shira says, I make more than $25,000 a month online. It's enough to comfortably replace my old job's income, especially considering I only work about 11 to 12 hours a week from home.
Oh, that sounds so appealing, Rick.
You know, it's always nice to see that kind of interaction with all of the people that you paid to follow you on your site. 6:58 and change coming up before too much longer. It's going to be Fox News Live. We'll find out what the heck is going on around the nation and the world. Hey, got to do some shouts. Honolulu, Hawaii, listening here this morning.
Mahalos.
Huli the system, brud. Huli the system. There is still time to huli the system. Actually, I don't know. You know, I think that guy was the last great hope for the state of Hawaii. What was his name?
Yeah. BJ Penn.
BJ Penn, the MMA guy, was the last great hope for the state of Hawaii, and you guys didn't vote enough for this guy, and you're gonna end up with 99 more years of bad luck and corrupt politicians. All right, look, Fox News Live coming up here in just seconds. On the other side of that, Donna D is going to give you some news and headlines, important things that we are going to be talking about all morning long. Jerry Roberts has got the extra point, and it's a Friday extra point, which means it's got to be even better than all of the other ones that we do all week long, because it's got to take you all the way to Monday. But he's a true broadcast professional and is capable of doing that and then some. So be on here in just a second. So stay close to the radio, stay close to a phone. You might need them. 888-825-5888-TALK. This is 93.3 The Point.
An appeal for unity. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden urging Americans to come together to defeat the hate he says comes out when it gets oxygen.
The last few years have been given much too much oxygen in our politics, in our media, and on the internet.
The president citing intelligence warnings about domestic terrorism rooted in white supremacism.
We can't remain silent. There's those who say we bring this up, we just divide the country. Bring it up, we silence it.
At a summit on hate-fueled violence, the president urging people not to be intimidated by critics of the effort. Many Republicans criticized the president's recent attacks on Trump supporters, which he says are aimed at an extreme MAGA agenda, not all Republicans. The president plans to meet tomorrow with loved ones of Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan, 2 Americans who remain jailed in Russia.
He wanted to let them know that they remain front of mind and that his team is working on this every day.
The White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says there's no deal to announce for their release 2 months after the U.S. publicly confirmed an offer had been made to Russia. One by one, thousands of mourners pay their respects to Britain's Queen Elizabeth, filing past her coffin in Parliament's Westminster Hall.
It's going to be a good memory to remember and tell, hopefully, my kids when I'm older.
She's in a line already several miles long and still growing.
Officials are saying that the line ultimately over the weekend could stretch something like 10 miles and wait times could be up to 30 hours. But for everybody who wants to say goodbye to a queen they loved so much, the wait is worth it.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in London. The Queen lies in state until Monday's funeral. America is listening to Fox News.
Take your business to new heights with the United Business Credit Card. Earn 30,000 bonus miles after spending $3,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. Plus, earn 3 times the miles per $1 spent on United tickets through United until April 30th, 2023, and 2 times the miles thereafter. Visit any First Hawaiian Bank branch or go to fhb.com United Business for more information and to apply for your United Business Credit Card today. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Guam Regional Medical City. We bring the healthcare advances of the world directly to you. We are an acute care hospital that complements your needs with our robust outpatient specialty clinics. From preventative care to critical care, we strive for consistent excellence at GRMC. Our core philosophy is where patients are partners, which means we work as a team to make a healthier version of you. For more information, visit us at grmc.gu or to make an appointment, call 671-633-GRMC.
Podcasts.
A boil water notice is finally lifted in Mississippi's capital city after nearly 7 weeks.
Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves took a victory lap as he gave residents in Jackson the green light to drink from the tap again.
Since the state of Mississippi stepped in to fix Jackson's water system, we've significantly increased the quantity of water produced. We've restored water pressure to the city.
Though city officials urge people run the faucet for a few minutes first to clear out any old water. Jackson's latest water woes began in August when heavy rainfall altered the quality of water entering the water treatment plants. The slower treatment process combined with problems at the city's main plant led to a dangerous drop in pressure, leaving most customers with no running water for several days. Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
President Biden's clean energy goals now include floating platforms in the deep ocean for wind towers that could power millions of homes. That would vastly expand offshore wind in the U.S. The plan announced today would target sites in the Pacific Ocean off California and Oregon, as well as in the Atlantic in the Gulf of Maine. As some shoppers scale back spending on clothes, Walmart unveils a new feature that might make apparel more appealing.
Be Your Own Model lets customers use their own photos to better visualize how Walmart's clothing will look on them and is being rolled out to iOS users on the Walmart app. The feature, which utilizes the Zkit virtual try-on platform, currently works for over 270,000 women's apparel items. Walmart claims that the newest upgrade is the most realistic application on the market. Walmart launched its first iteration of the tool back in March, which allowed shoppers to choose a model that resembles them in body type, skin tone, and hair color.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. Stocks tumble after fluctuating during the session. The Dow dropping 173 points today, falling below 31K. The S&P and the NASDAQ down more than 1%. And Lisa Brady, Fox News.
What's for breakfast at KFC under $3.95, you ask? What's for breakfast at KFC that's different than the other guys, you ask? KFC's chicken wrap, sausage wrap, the Colonel's chicken congee, chicken fried steak, sausage biscuit and gravy, and biscuit sandwiches made with KFC's original fluffy biscuits. All for under $3.95 and all only at KFC. Plus, with waffles and the Colonel's chicken fried rice, we've got something for everyone.
So visit KFC for breakfast today. It's finger-licking good.
Everyone has a busy schedule these days, and sometimes we forget to schedule our routine dental checkup and cleaning. Don't neglect your dental health. Schedule one today with Dr. Robert Yang and his Smile Team, conveniently located at the East West Business Center on Marine Drive, Upper Tumon. Call us today at 647-8702 or 3. Again, that's 647-8702 or 647-8703. We make smiles happen.
Gas is expensive, so let the bank come to you. Through our remote deposit capture, you can deposit your checks into your account from your phone. And with our Dynamite Bank Pacific Visa debit card, you can use your money anytime, anywhere. It's the perfect combo.
Now we're banking on the future. Services to choose. Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Crank it up.
Half a day at 7:06. I'm Donna De Jesus. Here's a look at your local news on The Point. 7 Chinese nationals denied charges related to their illegal entry to Guam by boat. 6 men, Haize Lu, Ruigang Li, Fu Junjai, Jiangfeng Li, Fu Li, and Gokin She, and 1 woman, Zhao Juan Sun, appeared in Superior Court yesterday morning. They all pleaded not guilty, waived their right to a speedy trial, and requested a jury trial of 6. Probation officers say that all defendants who remain out of custody were complying with their conditions of release. All face misdemeanor charges of failure to acquire clearance requirements and failure to deliver a manifest to a customs officer. The 7 individuals are among the total of 9 to be arrested by a multi-agency task force established to respond to the recent rise of illegal entries by boat. Jiangfeng Lu was the first to be arrested and charged after a fisherman reported seeing what appeared to be tourists walking along the dirt road toward Orunau. The 9th individual, Ji Kong Huang, has been arrested and charged but is scheduled to plead to his charges on September 27. Both men were also released from custody. Documents state that some of the defendants said they came to Guam for work, but said they did not know anyone on island. Police continue to encourage the community to report any suspicious boats or activity to customs at 642-8071 or GPD at 475-8615. And GPD is asking the public's help solving a robbery at the 88 Game Room in Harmon Industrial Park. Preliminary reports state that a little past midnight yesterday, an unknown man entered the business and raised a black handgun. He fled on foot with an unknown amount of money. Witnesses were not able to get a good look at the robber. GPD acting spokesperson Sergeant Paul Tapao says the man was only described as possibly being Chukis. GPD is asking anyone who has information on the robbery to call GPD dispatchers at 472-8911. Information can also be submitted anonymously through the Guam Crime Stoppers website at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All tip information will remain confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 may be paid if the info leads to an arrest or indictment. More news after this.
Viva! The Guam Chamber of Commerce celebrates its 98th anniversary at the Hyatt Regency Guam, September 24th, 2022. This year's theme, Purple Rain. Its membership comprises many corporations, large and small entrepreneurs, women-owned and veteran-owned businesses, and nonprofit organizations. Their contributions make Guam an excellent place to live, work, and play. The Guam Chamber also salutes many of its members for celebrating milestone anniversaries, aged 25 to 75 years. Let's congratulate the Guam Chamber of Commerce and its members on celebrating its 98th anniversary. Viva!
At least 14 survivors of Guam clergy sexual assaults with late filed claims will still receive a settlement payout from the Archdiocese of Agana, but at a proposed reduced share of 33.3% and a cap of $50,000. Some of them filed their abuse claims early this early this year, more than 2.5 years after the August 15, 2019 deadline set by the court. District Court Chief Judge Francis Tidinko Gatewood denied the motion to consider the 14 late filed claims as timely filed because they're unable to provide legitimate reasons for the late filings. In her order, the judge said every claimant who suffered sex abuse from the church has likely felt embarrassment, shame, and fear, but these did not stop the majority of claimants from timely filing their claims in this case. The judge earlier ordered 3 late filed claims to be considered timely filed after weighing the justifications they provided. Generally, late filed claims in bankruptcy cases do not get a share of the settlement payout. Attorney Michael Berman asked the court earlier to at least consider revising the penalty for late claim files by providing only a 10% cut and removing the $50,000 cap. And in the thick of the COVID-19 pandemic, Guam's business license applications were picking up, reaching 300 to 400 a month compared to about 200 a month prior to the pandemic. 41-year-old Andrea Warren started selling custom cookies as a medical fundraiser for her husband and started Sugar Fit Guam a few months later. GDOE teacher Krista Flores got a 3D printer in the middle of the pandemic and turned her hobby into a business with Forged by Faith 671, making wooden and acrylic custom earrings, Christmas ornaments, party favors, name signs, and cake toppers. When the coronavirus disrupted her job as a line cook at Hard Rock Cafe, Rolanda Raquel, a single mother of 3, decided to become self-employed and venture into real estate. Guam Chamber of Commerce President Catherine Castro says the COVID-19 pandemic devastated many of Guam's businesses, but it also created opportunities for new enterprises. While it's hard to say how many of these pandemic-era startups will turn into long-term money-making ventures, both the government and the business community say the growth in entrepreneurship would help fuel economic recovery and reshape the business landscape. And those are your top stories. Back to Ray with weather.
Oh, man, I forgot to do a side hustle.
Oh,
during the whole COVID thing. Yeah, man, I should have done something.
Because you were still working full time.
What about that gigolo thing you were doing?
Gigolo?
A gigolo thing.
Gigolo. Yeah, as it turns out, that didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to. That whole Hugh Hefner of Guam thing. I don't know. I tried. I worked on it. But so 7:12 in the morning. And I hope that tomorrow I'm feeling better. I want to go to the Hyatt tomorrow. I want to barge in on a meeting.
You're going to barge
into a GMH meeting. Hey, you know, they're having another one today. You guys can go, I don't know, some of you guys work in the newsrooms. You might want to, I don't know, go and find out see if you can go come up with some clever questions and then ask them what the questions are and maybe get some decent answers on how we're spending this money with HDR, what it is that they're going to be doing. You know, everybody wants to be news director. Here's a reason why I want to go to the Hyatt tomorrow. Secured gold buyers returns to Guam. Guam's most trusted gold, silver, and coin buyers since 2010. They are buying gold and silver and platinum. Real Joe, do you have any old jewelry you want to get rid of?
I do. I've got plenty of costume jewelry.
20 different weddings that marriages that you've had, anything like that. Maybe turn some of that.
All my bot chains. I mean, what am I going to do?
Really, what are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do with wow, bot chains? So 70s, man. I need that. You remember, and the tennis bracelets that were super hot in the 80s. You didn't. Love, if you didn't get your girlfriend a tennis bracelet in the 80s, you didn't love her enough. God, spent so much money.
They didn't even play tennis, Ray.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I asked. That's what I asked her. I said, what? You don't play tennis. Yeah, but all my other friends are getting them, too, so I want one. Hyatt Regency tomorrow, Sunday, the 18th, 19th, 20, and 21. They're going to be there. Friendly service, free appraisals, on-site security. Okay, little-known fact about Ray Gibson, although in the family I'm known as the finder of crap, because I always look, right? So I might be running on the side of the road, and I have found serious jewelry while I've been running.
Yeah.
You know, nice men's rings that I would never wear. I mean, too big and gaudy for me. And there was one that I found that would have been gaudier, except all the jewels that had popped out. But that's all right, because it looked like it was real gold. So I'm wondering, you know, maybe I can take some of these, a couple or two or three of these gold rings that I have, and trade that for up to $500 each.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of other stuff. Doesn't say anything about bot chains, though. Unfortunately, gold coins, $15,000, up to $15,000 for gold coins, up to $15,000 for gold bars. You have dental gold, Real Joe?
I don't, but I know women.
Let's go and dig up some bodies and get the gold out of their mouths here and see if we can get some serious money. Are those? I love this. The question: are those stacks of old silver coins weighing you down? Bring them to our event and let us pay you our highest cash price. There was a time that the tradition in the Chamorro families was when somebody got married, you give them a roll of $50, or if you could find them, silver dollars. Nice.
Chuli.
I would not. I don't know. I think there's bullion value for sure, but there's also numismatic value. That is coin collector value behind some of these things. So I would be very, very hesitant to do any of that kind of selling. They're looking for sterling flatware and more. So it is possible if I can get out from under this thing, maybe over the weekend, you will see me over at the deal over at the Hyatt, seeing if I can take some old jewelry and no, it's not old jewelry from previous marriages. I'm not going to be doing anything like that, but just junk jewelry that I found on the road. Kind of curious as to see what I might be able to get out of some of that. 7:16 in the morning on the Ray Gibson Show. Weather. We need weather, right? I give it to you. I get you weather. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are in today's forecast. Up on the screen right now, you can see why that's going to be. Mostly cloudy, highs near 84 degrees. Southwest winds up to about 8 miles an hour, becoming calm this afternoon. And then we're going to have another set of scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in tonight. Mostly cloudy, overnight lows of about 75 degrees. Light and variable winds becoming northerly up to about 10 miles an hour after midnight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy tomorrow night. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy. By the time it gets to be Sunday, daytime highs should be about 85 degrees. Sunset tonight over the next couple of nights should be about 6:22. Wow, getting earlier and earlier. Sunrise this morning was at 10 after 6 o'clock. There it is, news and weather together on The Point.
Becoming a homeowner for the first time could be a little nerve-wracking, but it certainly doesn't have to be, especially if you have Lolita Kamet of Hoffaday Realty guiding you every step of the way. So have no fear. She also specializes in land sales, commercial leasing, local residential sales leasing, also military and corporate new relocation. So for all your real estate needs, take the first step in the right direction with Lolita Kamet of Hoffaday Realty by calling 671-688-6743. That's 671-688-6743.
It's a September to remember. Chicken Fries Friday is back. Every Friday in September, visit any participating Burger King and say, I love BK chicken fries, and get a 9-piece chicken fries with the purchase of a chicken fries combo meal. Perfect for dipping in our barbecue, honey mustard, ranch, zesty and sweet and sour sauces. Top off your chicken fries with jalapeno bites and a refreshing Coca-Cola. Come join our September celebration every Friday at BK2 Monbay, Agatya, Micronesia Mall, and the airport. BK your way.
And do 718 Ray Gibson Show, brought to you by APL American President Lines, a global presence with a local home. Also being brought to you by Guam Regional Medical City. They are your healthcare partners.
It's the Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
I feel you. Jose Tetvago Jr. says, bring it back. Bring back the black rubber O-ring necklaces, the O-ring ring bracelets, and ankle sets. All right, we're talking about a fashion trend that was all over Guam back in, I want to say about 1976. 76. This is the Tom McCann roller bottom shoe days.
Yeah, extra soles.
Maybe.
Did you do that?
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Roller bottom shoes?
Were you big on those?
Dude, everybody was big on that. Tom McCann over at the Agana Shopping Center.
Yeah,
you remember where that is?
I haven't been able to find mine in a long time, man.
That was next to Diana's, as a matter of fact. While I'm thinking about it,
car. He just gets a little momentum, and you're cruising down the street.
Exactly. Yeah, roller bottom shoes, and if you had Levi's, they were usually rolled up in about got a 4-inch cuff on the bottom and a big black comb in the back pocket.
Oh, too cool, man.
And a hang 10 shirt. That was the uniform here on Guam.
You have any Billy Joel background?
Oh, no, man.
It sounds like a Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
Tony Uggan, A1 Shoe Store, baby. Zena Marie Tenorio call. The 80s was the best time. The Madonna bracelets, you remember that from, what was the name? What was the name of the guy? He used to work over for the Pangolinas, and it kind of went off on his own.
Jerry Perry.
Jerry Perry. That's right, Jerry Perry, and he had a little store in Agania.
Jerry's.
Piper. Joe Piper. Maybe a couple of the greatest retail minds there ever were on Guam back in the day. Back in the day,
along with Paul McComas. But we're talking names that most people I realize listening right now may not be familiar with. But Guam in the 70s and the 80s,
oh boy,
there were just some incredible business people out here doing retail.
Crazy stuff going on. I mean, the battles that raged between Gibsons and Townhouse
and Marks
and Marks and Ben Franklin. I mean, these were epic times, ladies and gentlemen, in the retail game here on Guam. It's at 7:20 in the morning. This is something I'm watching fairly closely. I got Charlie Hermosa from American President Lines on the line. He is my transportation guy.
He's the. Oh, I'm going to ask Charlie a question.
Okay, well let me get him. Let me get him on this one first. The word that I'm getting is the rail strike that nobody knew was coming has apparently been averted, and the good news is that after 20 hours of negotiation, they might have a plan here that will allow the rails to continue to operate and the workers to be getting some substantial increases in the very near term. The reason why this is good news is because if they had gone on strike, that would have totally derailed the supply chain system that is still rather delicate right now. With updates, here's Charlie Hermosa from American President Lines. Good morning, Charlie.
Yes, good morning, Ray. Good morning, Real Joe. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
We're all good. I think maybe breathing a sigh of relief if they did it right. This might be one of a handful of things that the administration has done right, and that is averting a nightmare on rail shipping in this country.
No, absolutely. And I was actually just kind of looking at how things were moving and kind of getting reports last night because, we've actually been looking at this for the last couple of weeks. We've actually been working closely with the rail companies as well because we needed to have plans in place if they did strike. So what do we do with the cargo that's sitting, getting ready to move?
Not enough trucks in this country anymore, buddy.
Not enough trucks. But the primary focus was on the refrigerated cargo, right? So if they ingated, they went on strike, what's going to happen? So we actually had a bulletin ready to go out on not being able to receive refrigerated cargo on the rail going to the West Coast. So again, we're still monitoring that, and we're going to be sending out more notices. Obviously, it would have been very disastrous. I think right now the rails are still trying to clean up off the West Coast and trying to move everything inland to Midwest, East Coast. And that would just have crippled our capacity to move things throughout the nation.
Well, it would have had impacts over at the ports as well, wouldn't it?
That's what I was talking about. I mean, right now there's still, if you go and, so the being able to get the ships in, the terminals are working. But if you kind of look right and maybe left in certain ports up the West Coast and even on the East Coast, you're going to see a lot of pileup happening. And that's the rail trying to catch up on just the massive amount of cargo that's coming in. So just think about it. The ships are getting in. That's great. You have, 10,000, 15,000 containers coming in. And that's, they're sitting behind the other containers that came in the week before and the containers that sat there a month ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. So, they have a lot of work to do right now. And so I'm glad they were able to come to their senses and at least put something in place that would have averted the strike.
Now, my understanding is that they haven't signed off on all of the paperwork yet. They've got the framework for an agreement, but it certainly looks more hopeful today than it did yesterday, day before.
Oh, no, absolutely. And as I mentioned, so at the beginning of the week, we were already prepping notices, primarily on the reefer side, just because of the fact that, if they ingated, that reefer might have just sat there until the strike was over and nothing was going to get moved. So, again, just kind of looking at different options. Trucking obviously is the likely option, but when you look at the capacity on that side of the transportation, obviously we're running into issues there as well. So a lot of important things coming out of it.
Be moving it to the least efficient mode of transportation there is putting it on the back of a truck.
No, absolutely. The rail. We had a very good negotiations this year with the terminals, with the union labor, and this would have been it would have crippled our system.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a disaster most people never heard of, and hopefully we'll not have to hear any more about it. I knew you'd have the answers for me. I appreciate it. You have a fantastic weekend, Charlie. I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Now, he's my go-to guy when it comes to talking about transportation in and around the nation and the world. And, yeah, that's something worth watching. Attempt to take a look at what happened on the market just real quick and see where we are. Was it a good day for the markets? No, it was. An S&P 500 lost 44 points. NASDAQ off by 167, and the Dow lost 173.27 points. They closed at 31,961. FTSE is up. The Nikkei is up. Hang Seng is up. Shanghai drifted down by about 37, and the DAX is off by 71 points. Big winners on the NASDAQ. Can you tell me Netflix is in there? Netflix is in there. I want you to watch a movie called The Champion. It's about a boxer at Auschwitz who managed to survive it. But here's the thing. I watched it to the end last night and kind of ticked me off because at the end, well, no, not the end, but it doesn't make any difference. So, okay, it's a happy ending. It's a story about Auschwitz with a sort of happy ending. But
really,
there's all this text that comes up at the end, but it's in Polish. I can't read it. I don't know. And then there's all these happy moments that come up at the end of the movie, but I have no idea what that the Polish words were. So if there's any Polacks listening to the program, please watch the movie and tell me what it was that they said.
How many Polacks listen to your show?
Okta Inc. is online. Illumina Inc. is there. Line Technologies and Biogen.
Break out the demographics. Here we go. Right?
Well, you never know who's there until you shake them up a little bit and go, hey, wait. I resemble that remark. Oil trading at there's good news here. $85.11, off by about $3.37 from the last time we looked at it. $85.11. That's not a bad price for West Texas crude. Gold at 1673.9, and if you're doing silver, what the heck, almost 19 and 18 cents, $19.18 or so for an ounce of silver. Like I said, not good news on the conversion rate between here and the Japanese yen. 143.47 in today's trade. And do I have a Bitcoin number, Real Joe?
You do. It's 19,800.
19,800. All right. 7:27. Jerry Roberts is in the studio. Must be time for the extra point. It's got to be a good one on Fridays because it's got to take us all the way through the weekend.
I'm determined to do that.
Good man. Jerry Roberts in the Extra Point, brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank.
How determined are you to achieve what you're after? We're determined to deliver a set of quotations to you today, and that's next on the Extra Point.
Fly to new experiences with 3 times United miles with First Hawaiian Bank's United credit card. Earn 3 times per dollar spent on United tickets purchased through United ticketing channels until February 28th, 2023, and 2 times miles thereafter. Visit any First Hawaiian Bank branch or go to fhb.com/United for more information. Don't wait. Apply today. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Hoffaday, this is Severina. Here at APL, our expertise and extensive network can help you grow your business and reach out to more global markets. As a responsible carrier, APL is also committed to a sustainable future, whether it's protecting the environment or investing our efforts in giving back to the community. Our dedicated teams in Guam, Saipan, and on U.S. mainland are here to support you. Call 588-4651 or visit www.apl.com.
The word is determination. Let's see what 13 people had to say about that. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. General Colin Powell said that. Sonia Johnson, an activist, said, we must remember that one determined person can make a significant difference, and that small group of determined people can change the course of history. Bethany Hamilton, a professional surfer, said, courage, sacrifice, determination, commitment, toughness, heart, talent, guts. That's what little girls are made of. She said that. President Calvin Coolidge has the next one. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Calvin Coolidge. Next up, Dr. George Sheehan, a physician, said success means having the courage, the determination, and the will to become the person you believe you were meant to be. Crystallize your goals, make a plan for achieving them, and set yourself a deadline. Then, with supreme confidence, determination, and disregard for obstacles and other people's criticisms, carry out your plan. Paul J. Meyer, motivational author and speaker. Sean Hampton, he's an actor. He said, victory is the child of preparation and determination. Next up, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you got to keep moving forward. Dr. Martin Luther King. President Joe Biden has one today. Don't think we've used him in a quote up to this point, but we got one today. We're going to be okay because of the American people. They have more grit, determination, and courage than you can imagine. Mr. President, in a few short weeks, you're going to know just how much they have. Next up, Robert Hughes, art critic. A determined soul will do more with a rusty monkey wrench than a loafer will accomplish with all the tools in the machine shop. Tommy Lasorda, Dodgers manager, he said, the difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a man's determination. Woman's too. To all the people along the way who hurt me, lied to me, betrayed me, and broke my heart. You forced me to see the change I needed in my life and gave me the determination, motivation, and a belief that I needed to change. You gave me more than you could ever take from me. So thank you. Anonymous, as is the last one. I am a person of action, immovable in my determination, confident in my abilities, unshakable in my convictions, impervious to doubt, insensitive to the negative opinion of everyone who does not have interest in my goals. That's the last one for today. Be determined. You'll get to where you want to go. That's the extra point. Be responsible and make something good happen today. For 93.3, The Ray Gibson Show and First Hawaiian Bank, I'm Jerry Roberts.
New survey information out. Americans say they are either very or somewhat good right now. In their home and home life, 52% say they are very good with their home and home life. About 38% say they're somewhat good right now. In terms of mental health, 47% say they are very good at it. 39% say they're somewhat about right. Emotional well-being split between very or somewhat, 43 to 41. Those are good numbers.
Not too bad.
We're seeing numbers coming back in. Physical health, a little bit less on this one. 32% say they're in very good physical health. That's the COVID-19 talking. We all put on a few extra pounds there. 51% say they are somewhat good right now. And the one place where most people are fairly happy but would like to see some improvement is in their personal finances. 30% say they're doing very good. 48% say they're somewhat good right now. So if you're looking for something to smile about today, maybe those apply to you. Here we are. And the point behind all of this is they're looking to see what the conventional wisdom is on COVID-19 and looking at all of these things. And what they are also finding is that the majority of Americans right now are ready to, as they say, roll the credits on COVID-19.
Oh, I think, so there are indicators about when things happen. Books are a good indicator. Books and movies. When people come out with books and movies about an event, it kind of indicates it's in the history category. And there's stuff coming out about it now as they're looking back in retrospect about what took place. They're kind of indicating that's where it is.
I wonder in these books about what took place at COVID-19, how much of that is going to be vindication for people like you and I that openly questioned and, in my case, defied what was coming out of places like the CDC and the WHO and Fauci.
I could do a whole bunch on this, but I know what time it is.
Yeah.
There are companies now, I saw something last night about this. There are companies now that have quietly dropped the language in their HR materials about vaccine mandates. They have eliminated it from their websites.
Yep.
And so
they got to hire people.
They're walking back away from these things now very quietly. No one's announcing it. They're just eliminating it now from the language. So that's also an indicator that corporate America has turned its back on this, and they don't want any part of it any longer.
Yep.
So, okay, can I do one thing?
Yeah.
A shout out. We're talking about happy stuff, right?
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store last night, and I met Sarita Gorin. First time.
She's bragging about that all over the internet. Yeah.
And her daughter, Amanda. And we chatted for a couple of minutes. And then I went around the corner and ran into Jim Atkins. And I haven't seen Jim for a long time.
Young
Jim. Not young. Well, young Jim we see online. But not, I don't want to say old Jim, shall we say statesman Jim.
Statesman, yeah, okay.
Statesman Jim. So we talked for a few minutes. He's looking great. Always has positive stuff to say about the economy and doing things, and he's bullish on where we're headed and all that stuff.
So did Sarita have any comments about the contents of your grocery cart? I'm almost positive I saw something like that on the internet.
Well, she was talking about that Payless has this meat deal. You take 5 cuts of whatever, I guess whatever you want, and it's like $20 or something, right? And she was telling me about that. She says, oh, wait a second. You don't care about this. You don't need meat.
7:36.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah.
Terrific lady, wonderful family. The remaining face mask requirements on University of Hawaii campuses and properties will be lifted tomorrow, our day. It's Friday, September 16th. Masks are currently required in classrooms, shared lab spaces, and confined educational spaces in order to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Quote, mahalo for all you have done to elevate our collective understanding of personal safety during this devastating pandemic. You have demonstrated our capacity to look beyond ourselves and to care for others. That's the most important thing. Not stop thinking about your own self here.
It's about Ohana.
And Ohana means family, and family means forever. UH will continue to remain highly vigilant, and COVID-19 restrictions may be quickly reinstated if conditions change and warrant stronger measures, says the guy, because they just can't let go.
Is that Iggy said that?
No, it's whoever it is that's whoever the corrupt guy that's running University of Hawaii these days. 7:37 in the morning. All right, Jerry Roberts has got the X. Hey, you know what? I can blame it on medication because I'm still sick. Here, this is encouraging news.
What else are you blaming on medication? Like all the verdicts yesterday?
He had some good ones, man. I wish I could talk about him on the radio. Kichitsu in Japan says, not saying you're going to die, Ray. I said I have a friend who had the same crap you have, sick all the time, and one day he just dropped dead. So please go see a doctor. Yeah, okay. It's in the plan. You know, if I can get a doctor to see me, I will get some doctor FaceTime and do some tests and pee in a cup and all of that. 7:37 now, and time to find out what the big stories are in this town. Brought to you by Auntie Lolita Kamet. She's with Hoffaday Realty. On the 4th of October, please vote for her as best realtor on Guam. Also being brought to you by Burger King. The new Royal Crispy Chickens are here now. Classic, spicy bacon and Swiss and bacon cheese. And it's Chicken Fries Friday. So say the I love thing over in the drive-thru and get yourself some extra chicken fries from BK. Now, news and headlines with Donna D.
39-year-old Roy Meno Tyron was captured for a couple of armed robberies in the South. Police caught Tyron after officers got a call on Tuesday about a suspicious car near the beach side of Bear Rock in Inarahan. That's when authorities learned he was involved in 2 armed robberies reported in May. Court documents state Tyron had a knife in both robberies. Investigators say his co-actor Juan Chargaloff was also arrested on similar charges. And a car fire was caught on camera with the driver lucky to escape without injury. Mobile phone video captured a sedan pulled over at a gas station in Ordot on Wednesday night just before 11 o'clock. GFD firefighters worked to put the fire out. GPD was also on the scene directing drivers passing by. The cause of the fire is being investigated. And GRMC was recently recognized for its world-class stroke care. One of the leading causes of death on Guam is heart disease and stroke. GRMC earned the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval for Advanced Primary Stroke Care Certification. GRMC was also selected by the U.S. News and World Report as one of the nation's highest-performing hospitals for stroke care. And those are your local headlines. Back to Ray.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Jerry. And a couple of things that popped into my head while Donna was doing that story, especially about the car that was on fire. Just a note here, and I don't know who in the government of Guam needs to go out and fix this. My guess is probably 18 different organizations from the governor's office on down to the mayor's office trying to figure out who is going to be the last guy to pick up this turd of a car that is it's on Tidson. You know where you get the Cars Plus over here?
I do, yeah.
All right, so as you're making that turn, you're already on the intersection, and you're making your way through the rest of Tidson. Just before it merges, gotta love that merge, man.
Yeah,
I
love
love
it too,
that
man.
merge, man. I'll fight you for that merge, bro.
Danger.
But anyway, so there is a car that has somebody just abandoned it on the side of the road, but it is literally within inches away from the travel lanes.
Oh, wow.
And there are no lights around there, number one. And somebody took the license plate off of this thing, so it doesn't even have a reflective license plate on it anymore so that you can see it in the darkness. I'm sure during the daytime, it's all right.
Are the wheels still there, Ray?
I was not able to see that this morning because, again, it's in the dark spot. It's in a dark spot. So, like I said, here's the deal. How long is that going to be there before somebody decides it's their job and go and get this derelict vehicle off the road on Tidson? Or is this going to be one of those things that we're going to watch over the next several days, bits and pieces of it just kind of leaving the scene? You know, pretty soon there won't be any tires out there, and then the hood is going to be gone, and the windows are going to be pulled out. And the doors and the chairs and all of this other stuff, and all of a sudden you're just going to be left with this hulk. Could somebody, I don't care who, just go and do the job and clean up that section of Roadway? Could you please? 741 on the Ray Gibson Show, 888-825-5888. TALK is the telephone number. Is that Peter?
It is, sir.
I'm getting him in just a second.
Subway's Eat Fresh, Refresh chicken choices have so much. How are we going to fit them all in one commercial?
Subway's new Baja Chicken and Bacon is loaded with hand-pulled rotisserie-style chicken, hickory smoked bacon, sprinkled with spicy buttery pepper jack cheese, and drizzled with Subway's Baja Chipotle sauce. Man, this is making me hangry.
And get this, Subway's Chicken Bacon Ranch is stuffed with melted Monterey cheddar cheese, tender all-white meat chicken on your choice of fresh hand-sliced veggies and freshly baked bread. You pick the tagline.
At Subway, you gotta refresh to be fresh.
Want more internet speed, more mobile data, more TV, and more reliable phone service? Introducing the new GTA Choice Bundles. The more you choose, the more you save. And for a limited time, sign up for a new Choice Bundle with home internet service up to Internet 50 and get a free Roku Express. Or Internet 75 or higher and receive a $100 account credit. Visit GTA.net and get more choices, more savings with GTA's Choice Bundles. Conditions apply. See website for details. GTA, we start with you.
742 Ray Gibson Show, and she taught me the word talaga. Where to now? Is it traffic time? Let's see what's happening on Guam's roadways right about now. Let's see here. There it is. Let me get this up on the screen so you can see what is happening. Is there going to be a slowdown in some of the usual? Oh, yes, look at that. As usual, the Pow Pow into Waisang Song is ugly. A little bit of traffic on Waisang Song, southbound Marine Corps Drive, meeting up with ugly traffic over by Guam Regional Medical City, and then it's slow up until Route 16. Now, 16 is intersection traffic and some traffic over by the mall and Harmon Loop, etc. 8, 10, and 16 running busy right now. 10 and 15, ugly traffic over by the church, so be on the lookout for that. Adakau, the four-way stop there, is doing nothing but slowing people down. I guess that's what they wanted to do, is just, because gas is so cheap, why not just burn as much as you possibly can? What do we got here? 8 into town, 4 into town, both of them running busy in the usual spots here. It must be Friday morning. 743, a little bit of traffic over Big Navy and Sumai, but actually that looks like it's some of the best traffic that you're going to be in here this morning. It's 7:43. This is the Ray Gibson Show.
Shop and Win is back at Micronesia Mall. Beginning August 6th, shop and redeem receipts for a chance to win instant prizes from Burger King or Foot Locker, or receive a grand prize entry form for our first raffle drawing on November 12th for your chance to win a 2022 Toyota Corolla LE courtesy of Atkins Scroll Toyota. Plus, 10 lucky runners-up will receive a $250 gift certificate from Goodwin Travel and Tour for tickets for Philippine Airlines.
Shop more, win more.
Only at Micronesia Mall. Terms and conditions apply. Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they will continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $4,100 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 671-475-4545, Upper Tumon 671-647-5626, or in Dededo 671-633-4473.
And do portions of the Ray Gibson Show brought to you by Wendy's. The Pub is back on their made-to-crave menu. Head over for the pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, quarter pound of juicy beef, applewood smoked bacon, and that soft toasted pretzel bun. Hit it with the smoky honey mustard, crispy fried onions, pickles, and a warm beer cheese sauce. Can I get a little extra on the side for my fries? Switch it up with the classic chicken filet, or upgrade your combo with the bacon pub fries. Reminisce no more. It's back. The pretzel bacon pub back at Wendy's.
News to fill your mind. Talk to get it out. The Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-8255.
7:45, and had I not been stuck in jury duty yesterday, I would have been over at the Guam Regional Medical City for an opportunity to hang out with some friends of mine, including one of the guys that as it turns out, dreamt up the whole idea of a new private hospital here on Guam, and that would be Peter Scrow. He's online, Senior Advisor of Strategic Planning and External Communications. Do you get all that to fit in one business card, Peter, or does that you have to flip it over to read the entire title? Hello? What? Don't think it's funny? Where'd the guy go?
I don't know. He should be there. Mr. Scroll?
Is his thing turned up?
Wow, yeah.
I can hear you.
I can hear you now. Okay, I'm going to do the joke again. So, Senior Advisor of Strategic Planning and External Communications. Does that fit on all one business card, or do you have to, carry it over to two, front and back?
Well, actually, I don't carry a business card like that. I actually only carry one.
Now, if you're anything like me, I've got business cards for work, but among my favorite is a standard calling card. It has my name and it has a phone number, and most of the time that's really all you need. Hey, on behalf of all of us friends, GRMC, our healthcare partners, and we talked about this not that long ago. What did they get, the gold seal now for a gold seal of excellence over at GRMC in stroke recovery and treatment?
Actually, Ray, we kind of wanted to wait for some additional information before we wanted to make sure that we were providing the community with not only accurate information but full information. But actually, we received 3 separate recognitions, which we're very proud about. I think Ray, because you were the MC at the grand opening. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, vividly.
Well, after the grand opening, it only took 6 months to get Joint Commission accreditation.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have been Joint Commission accredited, since then. And not once, even with several surprise surveys, have we ever lost Joint Commission accreditation. But there is a separate type of Joint Commission accreditation, which deals with, in our case, what we applied for was for Joint Commission accreditation that relates to the delivery of care to patients suffering from strokes. And we're very proud of something, and just to briefly, this will give your audience a
an opportunity to understand the distinction. But when the hospital applied for the Joint Commission accreditation relative to stroke care, an email was received by our CEO and from the Joint Commission, and it was somewhat of an interesting email because at first it created some concern because it was basically briefly we have some good news and we have some bad news. So the bad news was that they said that we didn't get the Joint Commission accreditation for the standard delivery of care to stroke patients. And then the good news was we got the gold seal of excellence for stroke care, which is in the two different categories of the Joint Commission. We received the top as far as the Joint Commission's designation with respect to stroke care. We also, and this one, we didn't apply for. We were very pleased that we got recognized as one of the best hospitals in the nation as a high-performing hospital by U.S. News and World Report. And the reason, Ray, that that's so important is because annually, U.S. News and World Report is known not just nationally but internationally,
of course,
as a publication where once a year they devote an entire edition to nothing but hospitals throughout the United States, and that edition is always referred to as best hospitals. So we were very happy that we were designated as a high-performing hospitals by them. And this story was, I think you have met Eric Plensky.
Yep.
Well, Eric received an email from U.S. News and World Report saying this. And, at first Eric was somewhat cautious because, I think some of us have received phony emails, for example, like wire your money to here or wire your money to there. And, Eric wasn't sure whether this was really real or not. So the next day, Eric picks up the phone and calls up U.S. News and World Report, and they confirmed that, no, that is, in fact, you have been designated as a high-performing hospital. So, we got a whole listing of various things from U.S. News and World Report.
Very, very good.
And in their upcoming edition that's devoted to hospitals, we will be named in that edition. So we're very proud of that. And then the last one, which was also a surprise to us, is we received an email from Stars and Stripes from their Japan office. And I think Ray, that Stars and Stripes is a global military publication.
I know them well.
And Stars and Stripes recognized GRMC as the best off-base medical services, not just on Guam, but in the entire Pacific. So it was a great day yesterday. Ray, I mean, you were right there in those meetings. What has it been now, buddy? Maybe 15, 14 years ago when we moved forward with this crazy
I don't know.
idea.
I haven't aged a day.
But, I have to say that, 15 years ago when I first started thinking about something like this, this thing that these awards were something that, I just only, dreamed of. I had no idea that it would be something that would eventually come true. And so, yesterday making the announcement to the community was really something that all of us, I mean, from we're very proud of our board chairman who was here. He's here on Guam for 3 days. He's leaving tomorrow. Very proud of our CEO, very proud of our medical director. I can't say enough of the team, the dedication, and just a wonderful group of people that work in every single department at that hospital.
I think that has always been the case. I recall my very first forays into the building prior to its grand opening, and I remember walking around from floor to floor, department to department, and jaw completely down, thinking, okay, this is what the state-of-the-art looks like, and it is still a state-of-the-art, overperforming facility. I'm glad to hear that. 754, Peach Girl wears a variety of hats. That one there for Guam Regional Medical City. And then, if you don't mind, I want to switch topics here because I'm trying to figure out what's going to be happening next week, Peter. As you know, the legislature is going into session. I believe it is next Friday they're going to be in session. I have not seen the final agenda yet, and I don't know what. And there are important pieces of legislation that bear scrutiny and debate over at the legislature, including the heartbeat bill 291-36, which adds a new chapter. There's a story here. KUAM or PSM, KUAM, Nestor Lecanto wrote it, and he said the heartbeat bill is going to be on the next legislative agenda, though from the quote, I'm not sure if that's true. Senator Telena Nelson pushing to get her heartbeat bill on the agenda. The measure would amend the law to restrict abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected. That's still pending votes, but if it should be referred out of committee, the senators within that committee will vote on it. That's a prospective bill to add. So that's not a done deal then, is it?
You know, Ray, I have to, today I'm going to get some confirmation of something, but I'll try to briefly explain this. But exactly 3 days ago, I sent an email to the speaker respectfully expressing my disappointment in her. She chairs, of course, the Committee on Health.
Yeah.
And the Heartbeat Act is in her committee. And it has been 4 months already since the public hearing. And not only the public hearing, but there were 4 public hearings over a period of 2 days. There was literally about 2,000 pages of various testimonies. But the other thing that's relevant, other than just the fact that you had the public hearings, now 4 months ago, is that the committee report was completed 3.5 months ago. So, before something can get into the legislative agenda, it not only has to be reported out of the Speaker's Committee, it has to be reported out from the Speaker's Committee to then what is called the Committee on Rules, because it's then the Committee on Rules that sets the agenda for the legislative session. And so I had written earlier this week to the Speaker, basically asking, what is the status? Why is it taking so long?
What's the holdup?
What's the holdup? And I have always admired Speaker Therese Delahaye. I really have, and oftentimes I have even complimented her and how she handled the public hearing and how quickly her staff put together the committee report. I was somewhat taken back by the response I got from her, where she referred to me as creating falsehoods, and kind of making me feel like that I didn't know anything about the legislative process.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote her back, and I wrote her back a very long email with not only an outline of facts, but the realities is that she is the chairman of the committee, she is the speaker of the legislature, and to me, and another thing is she's a very good and seasoned attorney. So she knows very well the fiduciary responsibilities she has as an elected official to the people of Guam. And Ray, this, for me in this communication, it honestly, and I mentioned this in my email to the speaker, it has nothing to do with whether she is pro-choice, pro-life, or it has nothing to do with what's the ultimate result when senators vote on this.
Mm-hmm.
If it fails, it fails. If it passes, it passes. The difficulty is that it's going to need 10 votes because we know
that Lou is going to veto it as soon as it passes her desk.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, why didn't it get out of the committee? I mean,
you know as well as I do. I mean, it's now anymore a political third rail, and there was, I thought, a hope that Bill Ariola's the permanent injunction on that would be lifted by the Attorney General's office, and it looks like he punted that completely, and now it is in the hands of the legislature to complete the process that had already been started with Bill 291. And whether you like it or not, that is the role of the legislature that has been handed down by the Supreme Court of the United States of America.
Correct, and I'm glad you brought that up, because in my long email to the speaker, I raised the fact that the obligation that she has to get it to the Committee on Rules, because I was concerned because the Committee on Rules met yesterday. They meet. Are
they just never going to address it? Are they going to wait until after the election to address it?
I don't know, but I mentioned as well that it's not fair to the people of Guam that there's this legal confusion that I feel that the Attorney General created, and that I pointed out to the speaker and invited her to have her staff just play the video of the public hearing to just that one segment when Assistant Attorney General Jamie Canto testified and answered several questions, and this was before the United States Supreme Court overturned Roe. And in a nutshell, Jamie testified that the Bell Ariola bill would automatically, come into play.
Right.
If Roe was overturned.
It would be the law of the land. Peter, unfortunately, I'm out of time here. I've got Fox News already playing in the background. We'll spend some time talking about this next week with plenty of time. As I said, the legislature goes into session on Friday. There's at least one senator that wants to see it out of the committee. We'll see if she is joined by others over at the legislature. 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Okay, thank you, buddy.
All right. 888-8255-888 TALK Fox News Live right behind me now on The Point.
The United States of America have determined that domestic terrorism rooted in white supremacy is the greatest terrorist threat to our homeland today.
The president said the attempted mass murder in 2017 in Charlottesville, Virginia, prompted him to run for the presidency. A tentative deal made that would avert a freight rail strike that could have begun tomorrow.
The agreement reached today aligns with President's view that we can build a better America by rebuilding our infrastructure and supply chains here at home with good-paying jobs and an economy that works for working people.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, the deal includes a 24% pay hike for union workers over 5 years, improved working conditions and mental health care, with caps on the cost workers would have to pay. Economists said the strike could have cost the economy billions. On Wall Street, the index has slipped deeper into the red for the week. The Dow lost 173, the Nasdaq off 167, the S&P minus 44. America is listening to Fox News.
Come on down to Chili's and create your own dynamic duel starting at $29.99. Choose any two of your favorites from these delicious options. Margarita grilled chicken, country fried chicken crispers, 6-ounce sirloin, savory ancho salmon, or Cajun shrimp. For a few bucks more, upgrade to premium entrees, such as the 10-ounce sirloin or ribeye cooked to your liking. Or go big with our famous half-rack baby back ribs. Your dynamic duel creation comes with loaded mashed potatoes. At Chili's, more life and great value happen here. Located on the second floor, Tumon Sands Plaza.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they will continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $4,100 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 671-475-4545, Upper Tumon 671-647-5626, or in Dededo 671-633-4473.
The man accused of kidnapping and murdering a Memphis kindergarten teacher was in court today on an unrelated rape charge.
The alleged assault at gunpoint occurred 1 year ago, but rape kit evidence was not processed by a state crime lab until late last month, just days before Eliza Fletcher's murder. Investigators say DNA samples from both cases match defendant Cleotha Henderson, who had already served time for kidnapping a local attorney back in 2000, but was released from prison 4 years early. Henderson, who now faces murder charges, is being held without bond. In Atlanta, Jonathan Siri, Fox News.
Just hours after a Montana judge blocked health officials from enforcing a state law that would prevent transgender people from changing their gender on their birth certificate, the state says it will defy the order. Tennessee, Oklahoma, and West Virginia have rules against birth certificate changes similar to what Montana has pursued. Bans in Idaho and Ohio were struck down in 2020. Pre-production on a feature film that was set to star a noted actor has halted over serious allegations.
Dallas Sting, the Rocky-like film about a 1984 women's soccer team with Matthew McConaughey, has been abruptly scrapped 6 weeks from the start of production. Full details have not yet been released, but reports were it was over an impropriety that Skydance and the producers were made aware of. After they investigated, the allegations were serious enough to get them to pull out of the movie, as did its star McConaughey, who was set to portray the coach, Bill Kinder, of a group of Dallas high school girls who headed to China in the 80s and beat some of the best women's teams in the world, teams from China, Australia, and Italy. Caitlin Dever was set to play the coach's daughter. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
After nearly 7 weeks, Jackson, Mississippi has lifted its boil water order. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
All too often, governments do too little in some areas, but too much in others. The Camacho Ada team wants Gov Guam to provide basic services and otherwise stay out of people's lives. Government overreach will not happen in the Camacho Ada administration. And they believe in 3 co-equal branches of government, not having one exert power over the others. For more on Felix and Tony's plans for government services, visit CamachoAdaForGuam.com.
I'm Felix Camacho, and I approve this message.
Is your business ready for digital transformation? The latest Wi-Fi technology is here, and it's Docomo Pacific's WorkPass, powered by Plume. WorkPass unlocks connectivity, productivity, and security tools all in the palm of your hand. Access features like adaptive Wi-Fi, guest and employee networks, evolving AI security, plus so much more. To learn more about WorkPass, visit business.docomopacific.com. Docomo Pacific Business. Work better together.
It's not an accident to live a healthy, long life. It's a choice. The food you eat, the water you drink, the air you breathe. A deep, restful sleep along with exercise will put you on a good path to live a healthier, longer life. At NutriWay Systems, we choose to help people find the right solutions to live a longer, healthier life. Make the right choice. NutriWay Systems. Come by our office today. We are located on the 2nd floor of the Daily Plaza in Deredo, or give us a call at 671-864-7867.
Your local news is brought to you by Nambo Insurance. Skip the line, pay online. It's fast, easy, and secure. Visit Nambo.com for more information.
Half a day, it's 8:06. I'm Donna DeJesus. So look at your local news on The Point. After a week-long pause in Nicholas Moore's Agana Heights drive-by shooting trial, defense attorney David Lujan called testimony from witness Eric Salone nothing but BS. Salone pleaded guilty to being with Moore during the shooting in October of 2022. Yesterday afternoon, Lujan asked Salone again about his drug use. The witness previously testified he used pills such as Percocet to self-medicate for pain he's endured throughout the years. Lujan then asked Salone if he had obtained the pills from the military. Salone says he only received Motrin. As part of his attempts to impeach Salone, Lujan asked questions about him being a dealer of multiple drugs, despite Salone testifying he had only sold marijuana. Lujan played a video of Salone being interviewed by a federal agent that was recorded last year. The agent said Salone did undercover buys with the authorities. Lujan tried to insist that Salone was being a dealer, but Salone argued that the agent sent him a dealer and added that authorities had watched him turn away people who wanted to buy marijuana from him. Salone agreed to testify against Moore under terms of his plea agreement, which would ensure he serves his sentence under probation terms and not in prison. Meanwhile, arguments in an abortion access lawsuit before the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit opened yesterday, and the AG's office is renewing a push that would essentially cut off legal access to medication abortions on Guam. There's been no Guam abortion provider since 2018, and the American Civil Liberties Union has argued that the undue burden imposed on abortion seekers by the informed consent law is unconstitutional. The legal landscape shifted this June after the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling overturned national abortion rights. The AG's office has since asked that the injunction be reversed and the case be kicked back to the District Court of Guam for reconsideration. The motion was denied by the Ninth Circuit last month and the case allowed to proceed to arguments, but the Attorney General's office repeated its request in court documents filed yesterday or the other day. Abortion remains legal on island and pre- and post-abortion care may still be provided, which negates the argument that irreparable harm is caused. A response from plaintiffs is due October 12th. More news after this.
Go green. Go hybrid. Go to Nambo Insurance, and your next power bill is on us. Insure your hybrid car at Nambo and get up to $350 towards your next power bill. That's instant savings for keeping our island clean and green. Nambo has been providing Guam with over 50 years of reliable and affordable auto insurance. At Nambo, it pays to go green. Terms and conditions apply. Visit nambo.com or call 477-9754 for details.
Increased COLA for retirees and the controversial pro-life heartbeat bill are among the potential bills to be deliberated on the next legislative session. The Rules Committee met yesterday to adopt the agenda. Senator Amanda Shelton moved to include her bill on retiree cost of living adjustments, which looks to increase the payments for GovGuam retirees and to appropriate nearly $16 million from the general fund to DOA for fiscal year 2023. Senator Talina Nelson is also pushing to get her heartbeat bill on the agenda. The measure would amend the law to restrict abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Nelson says it's pending votes and would be added should senators within the committee vote on it. A specific date for the next session has not yet been announced. It's subject to the call of Speaker Therese Terlahi. Meanwhile, top leaders from across the Pacific are meeting in Honolulu to discuss key issues of mutual concern. Guam is being represented by Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, who says climate change and the potentially devastating impact on island nations is the biggest concern. Tenorio says issues such as rising sea levels have them very worried, noting that a lot of islands are on atolls and experience severe weather and it's disrupting life. Tenorio says Pacific-wide lack of specialists also has leaders searching for other solutions. He mentioned to the U.S. delegation that telemedicine should be something for investment to further stabilize the region. The conference held a specific session yesterday on China and the political dynamics in which many countries have established economic development ties with Beijing. Tenorio says there's been a lot of discussion and concern about the agreements the Solomon Islands have made with China, and the foreign minister talked about how their government was welcoming a renewed sense of engagement from the United States. He shared that Guam is increasingly shouldering the brunt of the U.S. military peacekeeping presence in the Indo-Pacific, and he urged countries with relations with Beijing to advocate for a peaceful and stable engagement in the Pacific. And those were your top stories. Now back to Ray with weather.
Did we solve all the problems here?
What problems?
We
got no problems here.
We must not have any problems.
No problems
if we just send Josh to go and hang out with guys and talk about climate change.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Training.
I'll bet they come back with these like leather folders and everything like that, little memoirs in their heads, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Come on, because we've solved all the problems here. Look, you go and you do that thing, and in the meantime, Lou's going to go down to Agate and make sure that there is never, ever, ever any flooding down. She'll wave her hand and just sprinkle some Lou fairy dust
that, man.
over our cruise and that whole area. Sorry. So, that's the fun part of having the fever is like your brain's overheating, and literally just never know anything could come out of my mouth at this time. Up to and including a shoe. All right, so Donna, who I love, decided that she's going to go and plug in some of my symptoms and see what it is that I might have. And she says kidney stones. Kidney stones.
Wow,
I didn't say that. I said someone else said it.
Oh, somebody else said kidney stones?
I forgot who it was.
Okay, all right. But I looked it up.
Those are easy to pass, Ray.
I looked it up. Larger kidney stones can cause symptoms including pain in the side of your tummy. Men may have pain in their gullivers. It says. I have not yet had pain in my Gullivers. High temperature, okay, got that. Sweaty, yeah, got that. Severe pain that comes and goes. Have not had any real severe pain.
You said you had pain in your lower back.
Yeah, pain in the lower back, right, or just above the nethers.
That's because everyone's always on your back.
Right? They're always, hey, get off my back, man. Feeling sick or vomiting. I have not vomited. I never vomit. Blood in the urine. No, I haven't had anything like that.
You're missing out.
I've always thought so. And you know, the great thing is when you go to the doctor and you say you got blood in your urine or stool, they write it. They will let you write it. You get to the front line every single time. Little known fact. Give it a shot at some point today. But no, I don't have any of that stuff here, so I don't know that it's going to end up being that. Is everybody going to take bets on what it is that I've eventually got?
I think so,
that's a good
man.
idea.
Like, okay, monkeypox, AIDS, cancer.
We'll mix it up with the Queen of Hearts, man. We'll raise you some money just in case.
Right on. Okay. Look, yeah, and if it comes down to it, I'm just going to die because I can't afford to get sick right now. Where are we? 8:14 in the morning. God, I can hear my family going, stop saying you're going to die. All right. Eventually, yeah, I guess all of us are going to. What was I supposed to do?
Weather.
I just went outside. There's no weather outside right now.
Wait 5 minutes. Right?
Nothing to write home about today. There will be some.
They lied about wetness.
Could be. I'll refresh this and pull up a new satellite image so that we can see what it's really like outside right now, and you can see where Guam is on the thing because I put a pointer. You can't really see Guam in it, but we're just kind of in there in around this circulation. So we got the circulation is feeding into the system, and I don't want to refer to them as feeder bands because that implies certain things that I'm not comfortable saying. But at any rate, we are seeing these disturbances come and go and come and go. So there could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Mostly cloudy skies, highs near 84 today, and winds up to about 8 miles an hour, becoming calm later this afternoon. Same thing for tonight, scattered showers and possible thunderstorms as the circulation system to the northwest of Guam begins to move off a little bit faster. That'll bring with it, obviously, some clearer skies, but we're still going to have some clouds. Highs near 85 degrees over the next couple of days, mostly cloudy on Sunday with highs near 85. Sunset tonight's going to be about 6:22, and the heat index is going to make it feel like it's 92 degrees here today. 8:15. There it is, news and weather together on The Point. Be right back.
Come try Guam's original Chamorro restaurant with Pica's Best 5 years running. Mezcla Chamorro Fusion Bistro. Experience Chef Peter's candied salmon over scallion coconut rice, octopus to naktak, Chamorro platter, and their award-winning gourmet hamburgers. Or if you're looking for something healthy, try their keto-friendly menu. Come and enjoy Mezcla's half-a-day service at their Hagåtña and Grand Plaza Tumon location. Call their Hagåtña location at 479-2652 for reservations.
GovGuam employees and retirees choose Take Care. Choose network providers including GRMC, GMH, STA, GRC, AMC, and exclusive access to FHP. Choose lower copays at in-network providers. Choose fitness partners including PFC. Choose a payroll deduction as low as $2.04 bi-weekly. Open enrollment is September 13th to the 26th. For more information, go to takecareasia.com or call 671-647-3526. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
I hate Wordle today. Wordle beat me. All right, now I'm not going to tell you what the word is. All right, so my start word is always water, W-A-T-E-R. Today, the A is in the right place and the E-R are in the right place. And that one will give you literally dozens of possible correct words, but you only got 6 tries to make it right. So I'll tell you what the words are not. Water is not one of the words. Laser is not one of the words. Baker is not one of the words. Fader is not one of the words. Paver is not one of the words. And pager is not one of the words. Denancy, there's my lifesaver. TJ's in the building. I won't tell you what the actual Wordle word is for today, but I'll tell you that everybody's looking up the definition. It's a small, sharp knife used in paring fruits and vegetables. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. Oh, wow. It's another one of those Wordle words, Wordle days, where literally you can have a dozen what would normally be correct words. You just got to figure it out. Process of elimination. 8:17 in the morning on the Ray Gibson Show. What am I supposed to do now?
Oh, brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Oh, Ray Gibson Show brought to you by APL American President Lines, a global presence with a local home. Also being brought to you by the team over at Security Title. Ron and Kim waiting to make all of your, the real estate dreams come true. Worst thing that can happen in real estate, I hate it when it happens, is like you get the suck, the guy that checks the plumbing and all of that, the appraisal guy.
Oh yeah.
There's like 3 really, really good ones and 1 suck. Yeah. And I've had the suck guy before, but even worse than that is going all the way through the process and finding out there might be a blemish or something on the title. They will save you that heartache, ladies and gentlemen. Can't do much about the appraiser, but they will save you the heartache of stalling the process. That's what they're good at. That's what they do at Security Title.
The Coconut Wireless is back. The Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
8:19 in the morning because, I try to open like not crab, but like clams with it. So I always break the tip off of those things. Celebrity birthdays, Ed Begley Jr. from St. Elsewhere, Best in Show, etc., is 73 years old. Mickey Rourke, the wrestler, Iron Man 2, etc. Oh my God, Iron Man 2. You remember with the tentacle thing? Yeah. What a great. And what was that movie that he made with Lisa Bonet? Do you remember Once Upon a Time?
Oh wow, I don't.
Yeah, just need me say Lisa Bonet a little bit more.
Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption, absolutely right. David Copperfield, the illusionist, is 66. What's the difference between an illusionist and a magician?
An illusionist uses illusions.
Right.
A magician uses magic.
Like the difference is my name's in Lights on Vegas, right? Who else is Richard Marx, the singer, is 59 years old today.
Young.
Oh yeah.
Right? Imagine, I'd actually seen Richard Marx.
He's so handsome.
I'd seen him perform in Hawaii years and years ago. He was excellent. It is Baz Luhrmann, his birthday today. Baz Luhrmann is 60 years old. That's it. The guy that did Moulin Rouge, which is an incredible movie. If you've never seen Moulin Rouge, he's awesome. I think he also did that Elvis thing that was out a couple of weeks ago, which is now in the streaming media. So if you get a chance to watch that, let me see here. Patrick Mahomes from the NFL is 27 years old today. Frankie Avalon is 82.
Wow.
Lance Armstrong. Do we still like Lance Armstrong or not anymore, right? Because the doping thing?
You can still like him.
Right.
Just because he made mistakes doesn't mean you hate a person.
Right. Okay. Okay. But how about this one? Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh,
that's G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Keep her name out of your mouth.
Get my wife's name out your mouth. She is 51 years old today. If you're looking for something to celebrate here, there's a couple that I will share with you, and one of them is Rice Krispies Treat Day.
Oh, I had one yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Did you have a real one or the one that they sell at the store?
Right. Okay, so wait.
Like
how long has this been up on the screen? Come on,
I'm
sorry, man.
Now I gotta. Okay, now.
Okay, so Rice Krispies Treats. Now the kids will never understand this. The generation of kids that grew up with the Capri Suns and crap like that come juice that comes in boxes will never understand the proof of your mother's love or your big sister's love. When you needed to bring something to the bake sale at school, first of all, we'll have to explain to the kids what a bake sale is because I don't think they're allowed to have them anymore. After Michelle Obama destroyed, the dietary requirements in the schools. At any rate, and Bistra knows this, where you take the marshmallows and you heat it up, and then you put the Rice Krispies in there, and you flatten them out on a 12 by 12 sheet, and that's how you make Rice Krispies treats. They do not come in bags. They do not. Are you with me on
There's
this here,
nothing
Bistra?
more American.
Well, nice we're talking about Rice Krispies, but hopefully we'll have them at the affordable prices that we can buy them because food shortages and food prices are not funny nowadays. I'm actually reading some articles and oh my God.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we dodged a bullet here based on some negotiations that took place between the White House and folks in the rail operations game. They were able to come up with an agreement. Otherwise, something would have gone into play at midnight tonight, their time. Which would have basically shut down rail transportation all across the country. If you thought there were supply chain issues before, it would be supply chain issues magnified 100 times because everything ships by rail.
Yeah, that's true, and I did see the Washington Post article on it, and thank God, we're kind of in the safe zone right now, but I also kind of glanced over another report that it's still kind of like because a lot of the railroad workers are still kind of questioning the whole thing. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is, stuff like that we have absolutely no control over really affect us, and we need to really start thinking about how we're going to start preparing because, for example, the World Bank is publishing articles where they're really sounding the alarm about 2023. We know this year we're having a supply and logistics issue, but next year will be a real supply issue because of course COVID and of course the Ukraine war. Why? Because the harvesting got thrown off by a few months, and a lot of commodities.
That was what they eventually were able to harvest. Remember that you plant stuff, you got to put fertilizer on it. There's all of the components that go into making things grow out of the ground. We've had some significant droughts nationwide, worldwide. And I think that is going to have a deleterious impact on us down the road as well. Don't know what to do about it other than to start buying a whole lot of canned food and meals ready to eat, I guess.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. I do want to warn people, start stocking on some foods that are long-term shelf stable, because the chickpeas, the wheat, the sugar, the avocados, and paper goods are there. And canned goods are also in the category that might really not be seeing next year well stocked up. That shortage is very real. There's quite a few agencies that are reporting it. Stuff like pet food, baby formula, liquor. Yeah, wine and beer too. Stock up on that, Ray. Truly, next year we may see even more empty shelves. So stock up on what you can, and just wait it out and see. But also learn how to garden. I would say don't grow your grass in the backyard. Start a garden, and at least you will have some alleviation. There are quite a few crops that we can very easily garden here on Guam. Your cucumbers and cherry tomatoes will grow really well. Zucchinis will grow really well. Your eggplants will grow really well. Onions. There are quite a few things that we can easily, and we can have harvest throughout the year. So start that today. Don't wait till next year. That's my advice.
I'll give you another piece of advice. Go and see Mike over at Bargain Tactical. First, go and get yourself a gun license. I don't care whether it's concealed or whatever, but go and get yourself a gun license, and then go see Mike and the guys over at Bargain Tactical, because as you are growing these things, we've already seen this. People in the community just basically walking into people's yards and stealing their bananas, stealing corn from Old Man Woostig. We've already seen some of the food insecurity create issues in this community, and if it comes down to empty shelves in the stores, I think people are going to need to protect everything that they've got, that they put the time, trouble, and expense to growing.
That is a very real thing, and one of the major reasons why I wanted to include food security on my list of things that I want to tackle was because I just shudder to think what will happen if something really throws us off with the supply chain. We're going to kill each other within a matter of a month, if not less, because the minute people are hungry, that's when stuff hits the fan.
The civilization will last as long as the last items on the shelves at the grocery stores. There's a book that I always tell people to read, and I always misquote the title. I think it's 30 Seconds After or something along those lines. Is it 3 seconds later? I'll call the thing up. And it's basically it's an Armageddon piece about somebody lighting up a big EMP blast over the United States of America. So no planes are flying. There's no transportation, no ground transportation. There's no power. There's no cell phones. There is no nothing. Everything that we have learned to live with, modern conveniences, if there's a transistor in it or a diode in it, it isn't going to work anymore. Period.
Yeah,
And you cannot
there
fix
are
it.
many
It just
ways.
isn't going to work anymore. And that is one of the things. It's a fictional piece, but you can put everything together. And yeah, what happens if the planes stop coming to Guam? What happens if the ships stop coming to Guam? There's 160,000 people here that all of a sudden are going to be fighting, clamoring for whatever food is left over. And it's apocalyptic, to be sure. And will be scary end time scenarios, to be sure, as well. You think about here I am low-key bragging about how sick I am. Oh my God, I'm sick today. But fortunately, I don't take any medicines that I require daily to keep myself alive. Not everybody in this community can say that, Bistro. There are a lot of people that need a shot of something every day, that need to take a pill every day. And what happens when those pills don't exist anymore? You cannot wish yourself back into good health. And I think there's going to be a whole lot of people that will fall off and die. Yeah, so I appreciate it. Food security, medicine security, that kind of thing. It's important that we have a plan. You always laugh, Bistro. Whenever the guys over in North Korea start shooting off the missiles and things, and people over at the Joint Information Center, the JIC, will put out a press release that says, well, there's nothing to worry about here. There's no danger, no threat from these North Korean weapons. Oh, okay, I have a question. What happens when there is? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Is there a civil defense gathering area in my neighborhood so that I might be able to survive a blast if I so desired? Is there someplace where I can go? Where do we get together to get the food that we need, or shelter in case the houses all get pushed off by some kind of a nuke blast? We never hear about that.
You shelter in place. That's what they're going to tell. Shelter in place. Yeah, like that's going to happen. But anyways, I start to think the foresight of our officials. The minute the governor asks, do we even have a food bank?
I don't know.
Exactly. We don't actually.
Wait a second. I think we do, but it's running dry. I think.
No. That's the Salvation Army,
right?
Not a government. Yeah, that's a nonprofit. I'm talking about a government one, because a lot of countries out there, they have bomb shelters, and they do have food supply and medicine banks, but we don't have that. We're not even remotely close to being prepared for anything.
That's for Josh. That's for the legislature. That's not for regular people like me and you, Bistra. We're going to need to fend for ourselves.
Correct, but there are some people that don't have the means to stockpile. So what I'm saying is we have to kind of take a look at that at a different angle, because now more than ever we have to think about the real threats that are out there. We're living in a completely different world, and if we don't have the foresight, at least the common sense to prepare for something, we're doomed. And yeah, it's up to me and you, but we also elect officials that are supposedly to work for the people, people that are more in tune with what's going on, but obviously not. So let's just make that decision.
The lieutenant governor to a climate change thing. Yeah, that's where we are today.
Oh, don't even start me on climate change, please. I dare you to go now on Google and type this: Mars is warming up, and see what pops up.
Mars is warming up?
Yep. And there's no cows or no humans on Mars.
Mars is warming up. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Bistro, I'm going to let you run. I don't know why. TJ is here. Do you know what he wants besides to give me some Denancy?
Yeah, he wants to talk
probably
to you.
That would be it.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
All right.
Make the kids some Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, no sugar in our house.
There's no sugar in in real Rice Krispie treats. There's no sugar or preservatives.
Just
Republicans.
kidding. Just kidding.
All right, I'll talk to you pretty soon. All right, a bunch of other things that you can celebrate. It is Wife Appreciation Day.
Oh wow.
Whose wife should we appreciate?
Oh, I don't know.
Whose wife should we appreciate? Who's a hot mommy out there? Who's a hot mommy wife out there besides Pam Duvall?
Laurel Baker.
What?
Laurel Baker. I forgot. Who's the husband? He's a baker.
That's Linwood's wife, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's his name.
So Wife Appreciation Day, it does not have to be yours. Just FYI, just take it for what it's worth. And if you get in trouble, just say, hey, dude, I always laugh about that when people say, man, you're a lucky guy. Like, what? What are you saying? You want to get with her? Is that what you, I mean, a creepy compliment that you're handing out. It's also First Love Day. Not today, but Sunday. It will be First Love. Do you remember your first love? Do you remember the one that broke your heart, the one that got away, the one at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't sleep and all of a sudden, I don't know, a song comes up on the radio and you get this random thought that pops into your head.
Name her.
Wonder what she's doing now.
Name her, Ray.
Christy McNichol. What, you asked?
Okay.
Christy McNichol, right? She was kind of a thing. Tomorrow is Thank a Police Officer Day, International Coastal Cleanup, and Batman Day. In a world where you can be anything that you want to be yourself. But if you can be Batman, be Batman. And finally, it might be some more of this stuff. Collect Rocks Day. It is Guacamole Day. POWMIA Recognition Day. There are still guys out there that still have the steel bands across their wrist in memory now of folks that went off to fight in wars and never, ever did come home. It's also Stay Away from Seattle Day today. Tattoo Story Day. Real Joe.
Yes, sir.
You have a fun tattoo story?
I do not, man. I don't have any tattoos.
You don't have a tat?
Not even one.
Wow. Okay. Tattoo Shauna. Tattoo Shauna. I don't want to give you any assignments here. But there seems to be 1, 2, 3 people in the studio that could use some hardcore visible tattoos. Donna, come on. No, really? Not even behind. Like you could put it like right over here in a neckline.
The one that looks like.
Barcode. Make
No.
it a barcode like your pay list.
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
I like saying, look at my new tattoo and then grabbing your...
In Gulliver's?
Yeah,
Thank you very
Gulliver's.
much. It's 8:34 in the morning. We'll take our last look at news and headlines with Donna D after these.
Tell me about it, stud.
Circle K's Craft Beer and Whiskey Festival is back on Saturday, October 22nd. We rockin' and rollin' at the Dusitani Guam Resort from 2 to 10 p.m. Bring your friends and come dressed in your best grease costume to win up to $500 in cash and prizes. So bust out those leather jackets and 50-style outfits as we party the night away at Circle K's Craft Beer and Whiskey Fest. Don't be a square. Get your tickets now at craftbeerfestguam.com or cruise on by any 76 Circle K location. Now that's cool, baby.
Want more internet speed, more mobile data, more TV, and more reliable phone service? Introducing the new GTA Choice Bundles. The more you choose, the more you save. And for a limited time, sign up for a new Choice Bundle with home internet service up to Internet 50 and get a free Roku Express. Or Internet 75 or higher and receive a $100 account credit. Visit GTA.net and get more choices, more savings with GTA's Choice Bundles. Conditions apply. See website for details. GTA. We start with you.
Oh, there's a new drinking game. Apparently, we just invented this on the Facebook side, right? Where the guys are saying every time I say Gulliver's, drink. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal again. I've been in and out of consciousness over the last couple of days with the fevers and stuff. So I rewatched The Clockwork Orange, great Stanley Kubrick movie, just ultra violent and crazy kind of interesting words that were floating around, I guess, in the British scene back in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Now, they make reference to Gullivers. Not entirely sure which body part a Gulliver is, so I just throw it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. You can determine for yourself what exactly the Gulliver is. Now, I don't. 8:36. I'm mad at Real Joe. It's here it is. I'm looking at the clock. I got 23 minutes, and I'm gonna jam and go find a medical facility or something like that. And Real Joe sends me this. Says you can be tough without being a bully. Apparently this is floating around from Attorney General Levin Camacho. You can be tough without being a bully. Says you can be independent without wasting millions of taxpayer dollars on dozens of unsuccessful lawsuits against the governor and government agencies. You can be the chief legal officer of Guam without needing 4 AK-47s, 4 12-gauge shotguns, 9,000 rounds of ammunition, and body armor in your office. Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
Love it.
Okay, Levin, wonderful attorney, and is a great athlete, and you're a wonderful, wonderful father. Have you ever seen him with the boys?
He's an amazing
just a terrific
father.
guy,
Yeah.
terrific guy,
And husband.
But and a great husband. But 4 AK-47s and 4 12-gauge shotguns, that's nothing. That's nothing. I know guys that would look at that and go, only 4.
Only that?
Well, that's it. That's all you got. 4 12-gauge shotguns. 9,000 rounds of ammunition. It makes it sound like 9,000 rounds of ammunition is a whole lot. Like we could take over the government here. We could have our own January 6th. Yeah, me and Rico will go through 9,000 rounds in about a half hour. 15 minutes if he brings Junior. Right? 12 minutes if he brings the daughter. 9,000 rounds of ammo is not a whole lot. And body armor. Have you seen Doug? Have you seen Doug? You've heard him talk. Yeah. Every once in a while, if you're going to mouth off the way he does, good idea to have a little bit of body armor. You can run for political office without being petty. I ran for this office because the blah 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 blah. Okay, I just wanted to touch on that thing about the 4 AK-47s and the 4 12-gauge shotguns and 9,000 rounds of ammunition. It ain't that much. And frankly, I think every household should have at least 4 long rifles and some shotguns, especially what was Mr. Rusinova talking about? Food security?
Yeah,
that's how
bullets and beans.
That's how we're going to protect my sigadidzas and my eggplant and my coconuts and all of that stuff. Is I will be out there, and after I'm done watering and fertilizing, I will sit out there, cold beer over here, and the AK over there. Who wants some? Huh? Who wants some? Bring it. 8:39 now, and time for our last big look at news and headlines. Donna D., what happened?
23-year-old murder defendant John Mike Muliaga is back in DOC. Muliaga stands accused of the killing of Marine Corps veteran Jaron Wildbacher following a fight outside of a Tamuning restaurant nearly a year ago. He appeared before Magistrate Judge Jonathan Kwan late yesterday. Muliaga was on house arrest, electronic monitoring, and had been watched by 2 third-party custodians. After the court granted his custodian's request to be relieved from watching over him, his release was revoked. Muliaga is now being held on $25,000 cash bail. He is scheduled back in court on October 4. And Guam has received its first shipment of 60 vials of monkeypox vaccines. The island's current supply would be able to distribute doses to 150 people. Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Robert Leon Guerrero says the vaccine will be given to those with known exposure to someone with monkeypox, which is transmitted mainly through close or intimate contact. Testing through a healthcare provider is currently recommended. A pimple or blister-like rash is associated with symptoms caused by monkeypox. The rash goes through several stages before scabbing and healing. And a new Chamorro children's book launches tomorrow. Local authors Catherine Payne and John Payne II, alongside illustrator Veronica Cruz, bring culture to life through song and story. Catherine Payne says the book has English and Chamorro in it for people like her who are not fluent in Chamorro but appreciate the language. The book launch is open to the public and will be held from 10 to noon tomorrow at the Agana Library. The book is also available for pre-order online at uogpress.com and will be available for purchase in bookstores after the launch. And that was your last look at local headlines on The Point.
Donna D. has this morning got an introduction in the crazy and expensive world of politics here on Guam. Somebody had dropped off an invitation for me to spend an evening with Felix and Tony. Felix and Tony. It'll be 6 o'clock on Thursday, September 22 at the Cellar in the Ducitani Guam Resort. Business casual. The Cellar.
The wine cellar. Right.
There's a cellar?
Pinky's up, Ray.
What's that?
Pinky's up.
All the way?
Yeah, all the way.
Okay, gotcha. Business casual, and you can go because only $1,000. $1,000. Now, now they know
per person.
Yes, per person. Now they know that they're not getting. They know that they're not getting $1,000 out of me.
Yeah.
I think they just want. It's always bring somebody from the radio because it's a little atmosphere in the place. Yeah. Oh, there's that crazy guy from the radio. We'll bring him by and he'll have drinks and it'll be nutso while he's in there.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know.
There's alcohol.
It didn't say that.
It's
that's not the be-all, end-all for me. I've been to events that didn't have alcohol.
Is there food?
There you go. Yeah, for $1,000, there better be food. I'll see what I can find out a little bit later on.
Chorizo shots.
Chorizo shot. No, that's a totally Democrat thing. That's a grassroots deal.
Those taste good, though.
I was earlier talking about a book, and Bistra needs to read this book. It's actually called 1 Second After, John Matherson novel. My dad turned me onto this a few years ago, and it was one of those things. He says, take this book to Scamby. And I said, okay. I was visiting my dad, and he said, and carry this book over to Scamby. And I did, but, what the heck? I had it on the airplane with me. And it's not a very long read. You can cover to cover from one end of the country to the other end of the country on an airplane ride. And I'll tell you what, it absolutely opened my eyes to, just how thin the veneer of, and I refer to it as polite society, but how thin the veneer of our lives are. What is it they say that a dog is like 2 missed meals away from being a wolf? I mean, any dog 2 missed meals away from being a wolf again. It is only because we feed them and we water them on a regular basis that they're all right. Maybe it's a couple of days or a couple of missed meals. But what about human beings? And you see a certain kind of desperation in people when they realize that there's nothing on the shelf at the store and there isn't anything coming to replace what was already bought. What will you do when that bright flash comes? What will you do when all of a sudden all of the things, all of the trappings of modern society are gone? And you're going to say, well, man, that never happens. Yeah, it does happen. Ask the Ukrainians if anything like that has ever happened. We're only about 80 years away from the Second World War and the invasion on Guam by the Japanese. Do you suppose they were still bringing beef to Guam? Do you think, that everything was the same on December 9th as it was on December 8th? A whole lot can change. The world turns on a dime, and you got to be ready for it. 8:44 in the morning, you need 9,000 rounds of ammunition, 4 AK-47s, and 4 shotguns, right? Gotcha. 8:44. I'll be right back.
Get ready to save up and chow down with Pacific Points. Now you can redeem Pacific Points for UnoGo wallet credits and enjoy huge savings on food delivery. Order from over 80 restaurants and have it delivered straight to your door. Continue earning points when you fuel up at Shell, shop at Foodies, purchase ITNE prepaid load, and pay your monthly ITNE bill. Then get ready to claim your rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Check out the newest hydro and garden center to hit Guam, Crop King Hydro. We have a huge selection of plant nutrients, soils, hydroponic mediums, organic pest control pumps, plant support, tools, and so much more. Call 635-4769. 635-GROW. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6 at the Dededo Satina Mall, right across from Payless and Paradise Fitness. For whatever you grow, think Crop King Hydro. Crop King Hydro.
Half a day, this is Honey. Here at APL, our expertise and extensive network can help you grow your business and reach out to more global markets. As a responsible carrier, APL is also committed to a sustainable future, whether it's protecting the environment or investing our efforts in giving back to the community. Our dedicated teams in Guam, Saipan, and on U.S. mainland are here to support you. Call 588-4651 or visit apl.com.
.46 Ray Gibson Show until it's not going to be anymore. And somebody said, if you made contact with a doctor, I don't need to find a doctor. I've got TJ Mendiola. That's all I need, ladies and gentlemen. Because he's got whatever it is that I need. And I was telling you about that Robitussin that I want to take a little bit later on, and just something that'll knock me out so I can get the rest. Because otherwise, I get these fevers and the chills, and they come and go while I'm trying to get some sleep, and it makes for kind of fitful affairs. So I'm thinking now might be a good time to get some of that DT8 stuff that you got.
And I wish we've got this whole public health thing where they told us we can't sell the drinks and the gummies anymore, the edibles.
I am the reason why public health exists, and I'm telling you that's the stuff that I want in order to help, soothe my savage soul. Yeah. And they won't let you carry that.
No. We had to pull it off the shelf. We actually even have something in the States that we were supposed to be bringing in that we manufactured. Can't bring it in.
Right. So I talked to Clint Rigel. Was that early this week? We did. It was like Monday or Tuesday or something.
Bill 333.
Right. So we talked to Clint Rigel. He's working with some folks over at the legislature, and it looks like he has gotten the appropriate language written into the bill, Bill 333, that would exempt all of the things that public health says is illegal and cannot be infused and all of that.
Yes.
So
we're looking at it right now too, as well. I'm having a couple people kind of diagnose it because the whole lawyer, or not lawyer, but the whole legal speak on it. I want to make sure that all the language is in there that pertains to us. The thing that he put down there as far as with CBD and THC. For some people that don't know 2018 Farm Bill, the federal government did allow for everything in the CBD plant and the extracts from it, except with the one inclusion that it doesn't have, it has less than 0.3% Delta 9 THC, which is fine and all, because Delta 9 is the one that actually gives you the psychoactive.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, we've also have a, sorry, I put my phone down. This is put on silent. So yeah, with that being said, there are other components that are in a lot of products that we carry. Besides CBD, there's Delta 8, Delta 10, THCO, and not to get into this big thing, but there's a myriad of THCs. And I just want to make sure that, just so everybody understands, your viewers understand, and then hopefully too that it's stated in his bill, is that when he says CBD and THC, he's kind of got a split category. So they're saying THC in a whole, or is it just the Delta 9? Because that you need a license for. But for the Delta 8, Delta 10, which we're currently have been bringing in since 2018, that stuff is part of the 2018 Farm Bill, which is inclusive of anything derived from hemp. So we've been bringing those products in that people have been taking, and they like those other THCs because they don't have the high psychoactive ability as the Delta 9. People like my mom, she takes it too for her back. She's bedridden, she can't walk, so she takes that and she likes it because she doesn't get that really high psychoactive, but she gets the relief of the THCs, which are the 8 and 10.
Yes, which is and for some people that's all you need. There are going to be some people that say, yeah, well, I want a little bit of a buzz while I'm doing this as well, and if you can get away with that, then that's fine. Now it's always nice when TJ comes by because he will come by and bring with him goodies. Now goodie number one, and it looks like it's lighter by about a third. There is some kind of a Denancy product in here, not Pica, you say?
Not as Pica. That's actually from somebody locally that makes it. And I'll just say her name. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for it. But Cannababe, I give her like about a couple pounds of doni, because I grow a lot of doni, but I can't eat all of it. So I had like a bumper crop of about 8 pounds. So I gave her half, and I gave my other doni dealer half.
Doni dealer?
Yeah, my Denancy dealer. So I gave her that, and she dropped me off a big jar of Denancy. So I split some between you and Joe, and I've got more than enough at home.
Okay, now you said this is infused, though.
That is infused. That is the really good stuff. I had about 4 scoops. I really like hot, and I should have spiked it with more pepper before I ate it, because I ended up eating more than I needed to.
Was that because of the infusion?
No, because I ate more than because I was looking for the hot. I was looking for the hot, so I ate too much of it. I had 4 scoops.
I'm just thinking maybe Skyflakes with this or something like that. Just throw it in soup.
I would say maybe like if you want to throw it in soup, or if you just want to get one spoon, Chamorro tablespoon, not the one that's in the cupboard.
Right.
Get one of those, throw it in there, man. You will start feeling it within the first half hour. I was out till the next day. I woke up at 5:30. Yeah, I took it in the evening. I was eating it for dinner. It was maybe like around 9, 10 o'clock, and I woke up at 5:30. I used to take care of the kids. I woke up. I was all wobbly. I almost fell on the toilet.
That's the way I was feeling here this morning. And okay, so this might maybe counteract what I'm feeling these days. So I might actually do this, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Is, like I said, just being able to take something and zone out for a while. But I'm always very careful about infusions and edibles and things like that, because I've got a bad history with it. It seems to me that sometimes I'll wake up from these things and I'm out of phase with the planet. You know what I mean?
Well, I did take 4 tablespoons. So that's what I was saying. Maybe take a half or 1.
Oh my God! He's got 4 tablespoons. Like the pinky full is going to be good for me. Now, what are these? The Sonoma seeds.
Yeah. So we've got 4 variety packs, 2 autos, and there's Joe. He's like,
what?
We've got two of them are autoflowers and 2 of them are femmes, photo periods. We'll be giving this away at the end of this month. We're doing the drawing on the 1st, September 1st, right? Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to be doing that at the end of the month, and this is for our giveaway. People come in, they make purchases, spend $50, they get a raffle ticket.
I thought you're not supposed to bring in seeds.
Oh no, this is from my seed bank.
It's from your seed bank.
My seed bank.
They're like a local homegrown.
Yeah. So no. This one. So this is bird seed.
It's bird seed.
Exotic bird seed.
Ah, okay. All right. I see. All right. So we've got
it's a novelty, right?
That's what it says. Feminized Sonoma seeds. I like the way this sounds here. Flowering time in 9 to 10 weeks. 40% indica and 60% sativa. The effect is a mind high. Okay. And then there's one called sour grape beaver seeds.
Oh, wow.
Blackberry beaver seeds and about the same thing. 60% sativa, 40% indica. This one here, 70% indica, 20% sativa, and 10% ruderalis, which is
autoflower.
That's the autoflower.
What?
Yeah, genetics, Ray.
I have no idea what you people are talking about. And Tangerine Dream, one of my favorite wave groups from back in the 1980s. They did the soundtrack for Legend, if you recall. But apparently there was also seeds named after them. Indoor, outdoor, 8 to 10 weeks, 400 grams, or will yield 400 grams. And same thing, we've got different ways to shave this out. An uplifting, euphoric body high. So we're getting to a point now where I wanted us to be able to go in this kind of industry and the conversation about marijuana, growing marijuana, and being able to take something and say, all right, what kind of high do you want? What is it that you're shooting for? Is it something you just kind of want to lay back there? Is there something that you want to zone out with the universe, put on some spacey music, that kind of thing? Or do you want to relax? Do you want to concentrate? All these different things that you can do. It seems to me that once we have something growing out with the Bruce Banner and the sour grape beaver and the blackberry beaver and the tangerine dreams, once we've got a bunch of different plants that are growing, can these all cross-pollinate and create new strains?
It is very possible, but you could ask any dog trainer, and this is pretty much in the same category. You cross something, and you're not going to get all they're not all going to come out the same. Until you start stabilizing. And stabilizing usually takes anywhere between a year, 2 years, sometimes even longer. Depends on what trait you're trying to have the dominant trait to express on the next generation. So they'll have like phenos, F1s, F2s. It gets into this whole thing.
Are there guys doing that now?
Yeah. We actually have some guys, local guys, Bravo Genetics, he's one of them. He just did a solo cup challenge, which was kind of cool.
Solo cup challenge.
Yeah. It's
Red solo cup.
Red solo cup, and he gives you an autoflower, and he did this whole competition, and it was on our cannabis groups, and we helped, not really sponsor, but we helped kind of give it out the seeds to those people, and it was his seeds, and the idea is that you grow it in a solo cup from start to finish. So the plant doesn't get very tall, but it's very challenging. That whole aspect of it, those kinds of games, it's just something fun for our community to kind of do. You don't get a huge gain out of it, but it does show your skills as a grower.
Well, I was going to say, and that's the other thing. And there's forget about the whole industry thing, the cannabis rules and regulations, and the ridiculous costs that are going to go into that. So I think the win for a lot of people is being able to grow their own recreational use marijuana. Never mind all the big dreams about dispensaries over here, and unfortunately, the ideas of retail locations where we might be able to go someplace and have some brownies and kick back and do whatever. I don't know that that's going to be the way the game is going to be played for a lot of people. It seems to me like they were written out of the plan.
Yeah.
And every time I read the rules, it's the same thing. And now, and you and I've talked about this, just the cost for the special ID that's required. Step number one, $1,000.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is. I've talked to a couple of people that want to get into the industry too as well.
Why are we holding everybody back? It should be the same. We know who you are. We know where to find you. Why don't we do? We don't need to put together $1,000 piece of bureaucracy to do whatever. It's another piece of paper. Just go ahead and sell it for all of the other IDs that we sell and all of the other licenses that we sell. I don't understand why it has to be $1,000.
That's part of the reason why too. Like with this bill that's been coming out, or that Clint's wrote up. I want to make sure that that language does stipulate that the THCs that are derived from hemp are not having to have that special license for the Delta 9s, which is
shouldn't.
So we'll see when we have that public hearing. I'll be down there if just for the viewers too. The September 20th, 8:30, down at the Guam Legislature. Show up. They're gonna have the public hearing there. Voice your opinions and support or not. It's a free country.
Yep.
What you want to say.
Exactly. Get your hands on the documentation, read it, take a look at it. You might also be able to come up with some suggestions on different legislation that needs to come after all of this stuff. And I don't know that there's a whole lot of people that are satisfied with the end product with the cannabis rules and regulations. And there's one way to change it now, and that's through the legislative process.
Or you can stop by Crop Green Hydro and just grow your own.
Or grow your own. Exactly. Well, dude, it's always good seeing you. I appreciate this. I'm going to try some of this stuff. Like I said, some sky flakes over at the house and see if it might help me get rid of whatever it is that I've been under for the last, I don't know, feels like a month. It seems like every week I've had an episode. Listen, sorry to leave you as early as I did the day before yesterday. I got an extra hour in, right? It's not like a jury duty, right? I mean, I got 3 whole hours in today, right?
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. Well, trust me, I am not counting down here on the clock, but I can see and I can feel a little bit more coming into my system. So, TJ, always a pleasure seeing you. Crop King Hydro, go and find him and maybe ask him about being one of his Denancy dealers, right? Yeah, I love that phrase. 8:58 and change on the Ray Gibson Show. Fox News Live is coming up. Rail Joe is going to take us into whatever the network programming is going to be on the other side of all of that. There were a few things in the table of contents that I didn't get to today, which means I'll get to them on Monday. That is if I survive the weekend. I'm only saying that because it makes my sisters crazy. Anyway, so you got that. Obviously, the safety issues over at the schools. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to talk about all of that stuff, but everything is okay. Everything is okay. Just what you got to do is ignore any of these problems that you might be reading about or seeing in the news media, and just go find like an all-in rally where there are no problems on Guam that can't be solved by people waving at people passing by in the cars. Don't worry about all of that stuff. Monkeypox vaccines are on Guam, and the question that I have for experts in the public health community is that like a real vaccine? Not like the COVID-19 vaccine. So if you get monkeypox and you take the vaccine, it will go away, right? And you won't get it again? Or is it like the COVID-19 vaccine where you take it and you can still get monkeypox? And it doesn't go away, and you can still be sick. I used to know what the word vaccine meant, but everything has changed since COVID-19, and it isn't happening the way it's supposed to be anymore. What's that? Liberals when illegal immigrants show up in their neighborhood. Yeah. What did they say? Apparently, the guys from Texas are now sending plane loads of people to Martha's Vineyards. Can you see the Karen's heads exploding? All right, Real Joe's thumbs up now. He says, I got to go. The radio station's KUSG Aganya. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. I hope I'll be better then.
Biden holding the first ever United We Stand summit at the White House aimed at ending hate crimes.
The last few years have been given much too much oxygen in our politics, in our media, and on the internet.
The president said the attempted mass murder in Charlottesville, Virginia, prompted him to run for the White House